Oh, okay. Hopefully everything is running and you can hear us. There
We're
is
running.
something that doesn't look like. What'd you say?
Sprinting. Running. So
It
many
looks like
runs.
the music isn't picking up, but I think they can hear us. Yes. Okay. It looks like that. All right. Flandy, why don't you explain your dice to
Yeah.
Mark so he can stop being confused
Yeah.
while I'm fixing some of the sound.
We being confusing tonight up in here.
You'd be very confused.
I agree. It is fantastic hair.
Hey, thank you.
Now, clearly,
Thank
Foos, he
you.
was talking to me.
That's true. No, I'm sorry.
kidding,
Flandy, take it away.
Hold on, I got my pinky stuck.
That's true. No, yep, that's correct.
All right. Whew. Okay.
Oh,
So I
I
have these dice. They're called Go Dice. If I can get it to like not be bright as shit in here. There you go. Go Dice.
There you go.
This not a sponsor. There's two different versions. I think Go Dice is the only one that's like live right now. I think there's another one that's still in like early release or something like that. But basically, you have these little D6s, and they have different colors. And on the 5 there, if you can see that, that has little metallic terminals there. And you plug it into the top of this thing. Boop.
Complete with sound effects.
Boop, boop, boop. And it flashes when it's fully charged. And then, so you can use them as D6s, or if you want them to communicate with Roll20, they also made these beautiful little shells that you can put the dice within. And it tells you which, you're probably not going to be able to see that, but there's a little number in there that tells you which orientation to put the dice. And they like magnetically clasp together. Boop, just like that. And it's a D&D set, so this is a dropped D12.
This is a bap!
So this is a D12. It's not your typical D12 as far as like only having 12 sides, but they've kind of evened it out with how many polynomial gram sides there are, whatever the right verbiage is. I'm really just kind of filibustering until Papaya gets back, but here's the 4, the D4.
Interesting speech. Please continue.
There we go. She's back. But, yeah, so it's actually really cool. I'll see if I can give it a test roll. So here we go.
Yeah, give it a roll.
My D20. Wonderful shenanigans. I think everything's connected. Let me verify that it still is. Yep, it looks like it is. Here we go, baby.
6.
Bam.
15.
It was a 15. It registered the 6 for some weird reason, and also that color. It looks horrible. I don't like the nighttime version of this thing, but it's necessary. But yeah, and then I can add on modifiers. So if I have like a -3 to something, I can go ahead and set that up over here and roll. And bam, there's my roll. I rolled a.
Did you roll the same thing?
-3.
-3? Yeah,
did.
you rolled 15 again.
Playing D&D 5e. What does that mean? How do I do that? Oh, what's
so
that? That's
it
a new
is
button.
fascinating
New
and very cool. And Flandy is still figuring out some things about it.
Oh, look at that!
I thought that's how it started. That's how it showed up initially when you first started playing with it.
I only saw the big purple block thing.
No, I remember one time you did that. So you could do any of the polyhedral dice with a D6. Yeah, it looks like all of the other die shapes actually work with the D6, right? You just throw a D6 into any other shape.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
So this is my D100 basically. I have the 10s and then the 100s. So if I roll them both together, it'll automatically. Well, I don't have a +2.
You don't have a +2 to the D100 roll.
There you go, 31. There's my average.
31? My God, dude, what the? In general, he has terrible luck with D100s. It's real bad. Like it's some kind of miracle if he gets above a 30.
Yeah, 30's my average.
Yeah, it's not good.
They
Anyway,
connect to the thing via Bluetooth, and you can do that in Roll20 because it works with Roll20, but only on Chrome.
But so cool, so freaking cool.
Idiot.
Maybe these dice will improve the rolls. Maybe, I don't know. I know with physical dice, I'm worse in real life than I am online. Digital dice are much nicer to me than physical dice. So I don't know if I'd ever subscribe to something like that. But anyway, Remember when I had to roll against you on a saving throw? The very first D20 roll I had to roll was a natural one with the cat dice that Flandy gave me.
Hell yeah!
Yes.
I feel like that's at the tone. But
That's yep.
That's normally how I roll. I'm Nenners as a DM in real life. Okay. Anyway, all that out of the way, we'll take our time to introduce ourselves. And once again, thank you guys for being here and such. So I am Foozca. I'm the DM for Difficult Terrain, which is what we are playing today. We are sadly down a Vogli. She's had a very, very busy week. She's okay. She just needs, a night to herself. So obviously, we're granting that to her. So you're just going to be autopiloted tonight. But everything's cool with her, and we love her. And Vogli, if you hear or see this, we love you very much, and we'll miss you. But you're amazing.
Yeah.
And we'll see you later.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm the DM. I'm going to pass it off to my papaya, who just came back with some food.
Don't even get to enjoy it. Hi. As you can hear in my voice, I am not in the best condition today, but I am Maya. There's a frog in my throat. And I play Irene, the water genasi, I can words, who has fiery, both in manner and in power, Phoenix inside of her. She's a very dualistic being who formerly was self-serving, but these days will give anything to ensure that her family is safe. I'm going to go ahead and pass it over to Mannerisms.
Mannerisms. Okay.
I like it.
Apparently I go by Mannerisms as well, in addition to a whole host of different types of nicknames. I play Valen. He is a Githyanki wizard who has a slightly complicated situation and backstory going on, but he is currently doubling as the dad of the group. And yeah, just kind of generally being abused by Fooz's traumatic campaigns, and you can usually find me here. So speaking of abused by Foos, I'm going to pass it to her husband, Dubs, and take it away, Dubs.
Are you safe before you start? You being taken care of well?
Okay.
I'm enjoying the microphone in his hand. I can't wait for this.
Hello. Oh, wow.
You sound
I'm
great.
the Dubs.
Radio Dubs, I like it.
Yeah.
I play Kadrono. Oh my god, I hear him.
You don't like hearing
Hearing
yourself?
We can't hear you because you're muted.
Hello, I am the Dubs. I play Kadrono, the half-orc cleric. I'm also father of the Nubs.
Aw.
There's a Nubs right here. There's darkness right here. This is my sweet, sweet son. Pass it off to Flandy.
I love how you spoke more about Dubs than anything else.
It was great. It was great.
Yep.
That's the most important part.
Hello, I'm Plandy. I'm playing Ryland. He is a Furbolg Paladin, an unorthodox paladin at that. He calls his goddess Unicorn Lady, and things are great. They're going fine. She's very cryptic with them, and doesn't give him all the answers, which is also fine, which makes his life very confusing and very nonchalant. He's recently been asked by his wizard friend if he can return to the ways of necromancy, and was like, kind of like, cool, yeah, all right, go for it. Just don't go into the deep end, I guess. You know, you do you, boo. And that's where he is. He's an enabler, and he's a healer, and he's a blesser and a fighter. And not fighter in the class sense, but fighter in the he will fight for you. And that's who I'm playing tonight. Back to Foos.
This is having like weird, like low key Friday energy a little bit. Ain't nobody 100% here, but we here.
Be here for it.
This is going to be fun. I mean, the nice thing is everything should be calm. Everything's fine. No worries at all here. But just to give us a little bit of a recap, he's a necromancy enabler. He is. Yeah, just to go for the recap. Previously on Difficult Terrain, we had Irene rejoin everybody in the city, as previously she was with the Missouri tribe, which is the Furbolg tribe that Ryland hails from. But she stayed behind even though the group left and came back to the city of Kimathe Kimane because she was helping to kind of get trained a little bit in a little bit of sort of like martial, physical training essentially, and be able to handle herself in case her magic was of no use. But in barely sleeping for a little bit of time, she got a message of sending from Valen, alerting her to the assassination attempt on their cleric Kodrono's life. After getting such a message, Irene was like, well, I can't stay. I gotta go. So thankfully, the elder of Arcane was able to send her back through a sort of specialized teleportation scroll, or spell, excuse me, not scroll. That was a little bit of echo. All right, we're good. But she was able to be sent back, which thankfully brought her back to her home, in which case she kind of tracked down the rest of the team as the team kind of came back and everybody sort of reunited a bit. But with the team all together, a little bit of planning happened, a little bit of explanation, just sort of filling in Irene on what had happened. The main kind of target at the moment seems to be handling the assassin that is perpetually going to be chasing after Kodrono. The good news is they know they have at least 24 hours until he comes back, but they don't know what that timeline is exactly. Last time it took about 6 days before he came back. This time they're not sure, but they're attempting to take care of it. So talking and planning a little bit, the group headed off to the magic shop known as the Midnight Scale, where their friend Kurugu, the enchanter there, was sort of hearing your ideas and also pitching a few of her own and just kind of taking in the whole explanation that you guys were giving to her. But she did deliver on Treebender's armor. So Treebender now has a functioning set of magical armor. So he has that, which I actually kind of fully imagine you guys were like equipping him with it as you were in the store. It's like, this is important, buddy. We don't know when we're getting attacked. Like, putting the armor on him. But anyway, you guys are still in the magic shop. So if there's anything else that you guys want to kind of talk about, purchase, or anything, you still have that opportunity because we have not left yet. And before we get directly into that whole situation, I will just take a moment to remind Ryland, you have inspiration tonight. Nirja is the other person with inspiration. However, because Vogli is not here, it's kind of a team inspiration. If you guys don't use it for all of tonight, then we'll pass it off to the next session. So basically, she can come back to having inspiration. But if not, it'll be group inspiration for the night. So those expire tonight. Don't forget to use them. And I think that's it. I think we can hop back into it. So give me just a second. I will move you guys to the correct map where you're supposed to be.
Correctamundo.
Correct. And we are going to pick up with you guys in the magic shop still. And just to kind of refresh on like as to what the scenario is here. There are a decent amount of patrons in the store right now. They seem to be having a conversation with an older gentleman, which you met before, who's on the second floor. And another couple seem to be in front of Iguru, who is the blue-skinned tiefling that works with Kurugu, who seems to be her apprentice of some kind. So those two are kind of tied up speaking to some other individuals who are looking to purchase some things. But you guys seem to have Kurugu's ear right now. But
wait, hold on.
Yes.
I thought that was the session before last, and this session we're standing over Budai's body.
Nope. Anyway, we are here.
Beautiful. Beautiful. That cheese of the night. It's going to be hard to top that
especially
one.
weird because I don't see your face. So when you said that, I was like, I know Maya said she wasn't feeling great, but have you been taking some shrooms? What happened? Like that was a big leap in logic. I don't know what's happening.
Cheese of the night.
Cheese.
All right,
Hard
we got to
cheese.
step up our game. We got a high bar to reach.
Cheese.
Okay, I mean, I'll give it a shot. See what happens.
All right.
I got some cheese up the sleeves.
Cheese up his sleeve. Which is just great. I just imagine a wizard with just cheese up his sleeves. So when he's casting,
Hey, man,
just like chunks of cheddar fall out.
You changed out your cheese lately? It's been a couple days. I'm starting to smell you now.
No.
Ah, no!
I'm gonna be a cheese mage in my next game.
I like cheese mage, actually.
Oh, no.
I was actually thinking we're going way off topic, but I don't care. I think I showed you guys the cheese dice that I found on Amazon.
Yeah.
If we ever do a giveaway, the first one should be those.
That's amazing.
We're gonna give away a set of cheese dice.
I love cheese.
Anyway, yes, that all that silliness aside, you guys are here and have an opportunity to say or do anything. Whatever you like.
We kill him, Budai, right?
We were finishing up. You were doing some madness and wizard shit.
Yeah.
We were talking about maybe buying some more potions, but we doubt that she had any more because we cleaned her out last time we were here, which was like 12 hours ago.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Give or take.
Yeah.
I think
Game time.
I ordered a. Oh, we need an item to put that on.
Put it on.
To put the dimensional anchor on.
Oh, another one. Another one.
Don't forget the chains, Nenners.
I don't think. What happened?
Don't forget the chains. Valen's chains.
I'm trying to think of a way I could incorporate that.
Oh.
That backfired on you when he was like, "Wait, maybe I can use those."
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Just Simon Belmont, somebody just.
Oh my goodness.
You're now not allowed to teleport.
He is going to have such an interesting reputation at the end of this session.
Uh,
I think he'll be fine.
What up, Insomnia Night?
Hey, Insomnia, what's up?
Insomnia.
what's up? Yeah, Valen
I know.
will just ask her if she has any suggestions in regards to like an item to use. Would you want something that's like throwable, something that I could just like,
Well, I think the last time the problem we were having is it would either have to be added to an already attuned item, or somebody would have to give something up because that was the issue we were running into last time. Which is ironic that she was tracking that. She's like, "Yeah, we're having issues with your attunements."
yeah.
Yep.
Get you from Sound Blast, but didn't we use
You
Earwax
do-
before?
I'm sorry, say it again.
We didn't. It won't protect us from like direct sound blasts to the chest, but maybe the more discordant effects of his music would, going the Earwax route again help.
Going the what route?
That's a
Earwax.
different topic. But I don't
Earwax?
think the
No,
earwax is gonna
earwax
help
will
the
be
sound
Earwax.
effect rapper.
affecting
Oh,
at all.
Earwax. Okay, yeah, no, unfortunately.
I think
it's
yeah,
something
you
like-
guys. I'm sorry, we keep talking over each other today. This is very unusual for us. We're usually really good about this. No, but there was a conversation about the earwax, and it was suggested that if he can manipulate sound waves to the degree that he does, that he could probably bypass a physical obstacle with no problem, especially because Valen heard him miles away on the first night. And it had nothing to do with proximity. So there does seem to be something that could probably bypass any kind of sound wave blocker. The other thing I will say is you guys did talk about having the temporal shifting spell that negates any kind of teleportation attached to something that you could throw, and she was just worried because you would have to hit them with it first, so there's a chance you could miss. And she was like, if it's attached to an item that you have and they're close enough, instead you could just activate it. If you have it on something you could chuck, you just have to worry about hitting your target.
And they can still resist out of it.
Correct. Yeah, they would still have to pass a saving throw either way. Or fail saving throw, excuse me. There was a conversation about earwax. There was! It sounds weird, but I promise you there was.
Is that a quote? That's a quote. Let's put that on the quote board.
Oh my god. I'm gonna sit here and shout out Maya again. Don't forget she's awesome, and she's making a whole setting called the Bell and Knights because OGL is fucked right now. But check her out. She's dope.
How are you saying right now as if it's gonna get better? You know it's not.
No, it's not. That's what I'm saying. It's fucked right now. Yeah, it's fine. I'm not
It's
saying
not-
that
it's-
It'd be
don't-
acceptable.
Try it again, Foos. Try the sentence again.
No, we're getting that.
It's
We're gonna
fucked,
move on.
Period.
It's okay,
You keep putting right now like there's don't put hope in there. It's
Oh,
fine.
God.
Period.
That is a sad old man.
Am I?
If you met him yet. No, it's fine. Yes. Meta conversation's
Ryland-
underway.
We'll ask if she happens to have. I know we cleaned you out of your healing potions earlier. Do you by chance have any? I'm gonna go by roots and dose later. But do you have any herbs or? And he'll like kind of rattle off the list of things that could potentially be helpful. Which is on whatever page I put it. No, that's snail racing.
I fully imagine this happens in character. He's like, "Do you have
Hold on, it's right here. Hold on. Very well. I thought I had it written down on this page. There it is. All right. Cactuses, cacti, shrubs, rain, mist, and fog, and tall grass and weeds. Socris in the desert.
what is this for exactly?"
He's just gonna set the herbalism kit on the table.
I don't know.
I can make stuff. I think.
What you think?
I mean, we gotta try somewhere.
So you don't know what you're making with these ingredients that you're collecting. Is that correct?
Hopefully, good stuff.
That's correct. Okay. I do not carry those items unless they have some sort of magical importance, which, from what I've seen, there's nothing that I recognize. But you mentioned you'd be speaking with the woman who runs Roots and Dose, and I think she is probably the better expert on this. I'm sorry, I can't really help you with that.
Okay, thank you. If you ever have anything that you think could go in here, like magical, that might be better, I'm always open to suggestions.
He's great, man.
I will remember that. Well, speaking of magical things, I'm sure you would have mentioned it if you had run into it, but there is actually a brand of cactus out in the desert, quite a distance away, but some of my contacts have run into them. They seem fully capable of speaking and communicating, and I questioned my friend whether they had sort of been hit too hard or stayed out in the sun too long, but they insisted that upon being very tired and dehydrated, that the cactus helped them, offered some of its nutrients, and helped him feel better. So I don't know if that would help, but keep your eye out for friendly cacti while you're out there.
Trust me, if there's a friendly succulent out there, he'll find it.
You cannot accept this quest because your quest log is full.
You see Ryland about to to speak on the matter, and the group's like, yeah, he's about to say that he can talk to plants. Oh my god, he's about to do it. And he's like, out of the corner of his eye, he sees Valen, and he's like, I probably shouldn't say that. Okay. That sounds amazing. We should go. Where was this at? I have a map, and he'll pull out the map instead.
Unfortunately, I don't know exactly where. Although, if you do find yourself running into a rather tall, bald-headed fellow, it is likely my contact.
Yeah, you see him writing down, tall, bald-headed fellow.
How
Okay.
tall are we talking?
Barely fits in my doorway. She kind of motions towards it, and as you look through, it's quite wide, which is handy because Treebender has no problem walking in. But in terms of height, Ryland doesn't seem to have too much trouble, even with his antlers. It's likely about a 9-foot door or so.
Does he travel with a pack of hyenas and wolves?
You met Wasfius?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what's his face?
Muzzle
That's what
face.
I couldn't.
That was just Kanuga. That wasn't even me. But
Woo!
his name's not Muzzle Face, but that is amazing too. Can anyone correctly spell Wasfius after this distance or this time in between?
Oh man! Without
If
looking it
anyone-
up.
No,
Correct. Yeah, don't look it up. Try and see if you could remember the
way.
spelling
it's not
of
happening.
Wasfius. There's no way. Oh my god. No, you did that on purpose, Maya. Get out of here. Jeez. That's a lot of extra letters. Oh no. And I'm assuming Nanners, you don't have a guess.
I'm not even gonna try. I
Get
no
in
idea.
there, get in the spirit.
Get in the spirit of bad
Let's
spelling.
go. Let's go.
Okay.
Get-
All right.
Give me
One
your
more
best
time.
shot.
Wasfius.
Was fierce.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Yeah, misspelling award. You get a tiara for getting the misspelling awards. Not terribly off, but yes, that's how you spell it. Wuzifius.
Whoa.
But
I got close when I actually tried this time.
yeah, that's much closer. But you see her kind of looking over you, and so you have met Wasfius, I see.
I'm sorry, I heard Muzzle Face again. Yes. Yeah, that was a very interesting encounter.
Yeah, he's an interesting fellow. He was not my contact, but I guess he is bald, isn't he? He doesn't set foot in the city.
Yes, that much he made us aware of.
Mm-hmm. But I have run into
Why
him
would you
before.
ask if that was him?
Hmm?
Nothing.
The Dane Bramage is real tonight. Best believe. I don't know if we're gonna make it.
Everything's
Doesn't
fine.
look good.
It doesn't look good.
Outlook beautiful.
I don't know what you're talking about. I can brain so good right now. Ooh, my brain's strong.
Oh my god, the Loki popping out from the last brain. Like genuinely surprised me. But she kind of seems to regard the memory of Wasfius with a soft smile, but otherwise looks back to the rest of you. Okay, is there anything else I can help you with? If not, I have a few people I have to tend to soon.
Yes. Do you have potions of counterspell?
Those don't exist.
Also, if it's a potion, you'd just be counterspelling yourself, Irene.
Wait, am I? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Am I? No, wait, hold on.
I think I need to teach you some of the basics of alchemy, maybe?
No, wait, hold
Here,
on.
bad
Didn't
guy,
you have
drink
like weird
this.
counterspelling items in Legacy?
Yes! But they haven't reached
Those
the
are-
desert city on like the opposite side of the world. girl.
Also, I've explained
Even
like
the-
1,000 times it's
Yeah.
unique to Scribbler.
Those
Exactly.
are Nenner specials.
Scribbler,
You know what?
which is Nenners' NPC, is legit the only character in the world who can create these things.
I don't
And
appreciate
he
this
lives in a
PvP.
tower in between realms.
The question came from an earnest heart and desire to protect her friends and family. And
It's
you're all
fine,
just
it's
like punching
it's
me
just
in
that
the back
Irene-
of the head.
In character has asked this like 3 or 4 times a month.
Really?
Yes.
In my defense,
Here we go.
that was the listen if I ever heard one.
listen, in my defense, my condition is not the best right now.
Oh boy.
All right.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
I'm
Okay.
trying so
So
hard to brain.
we're
in
gonna
this one.
erase the do you have a potion of counterspell question. And she is once again asking the group if there's anything that they need from her before she
Yes,
gets back to her.
yes. I do have 2 things, possibly.
Okay. What can I help you with?
Do you have an immovable rod?
I do.
Excellent. Do you also happen to have sovereign glue?
I would normally be happy to extend such an item, but I am concerned? What are your plans?
What makes it sovereign?
This is going to be great.
The sovereign glue is such that it can't. The bond can't be broken. And the combination of 2 items could make it so that the enemies that we have don't escape.
You're going to glue someone to the rod.
Temporarily.
Okay.
Didn't you just say that the sovereign part means that it's not temporary?
I'm trying to spare some of the gory details from our friend here, but if you really want to go down that path, Ryland, we can.
Ryland's just miming, like chopping your hand off.
It is part of the reason that I ask exactly where it will be used, because this could be life-altering. Just so the rest of you are familiar, sovereign glue does not remove unless a very powerful spell is cast. You can purchase it, but very little, and in hopes that whatever happens, it does not come back to me as a problem.
Hey, yo, where'd you get this glue?
You didn't get to hear Dubs because he said it without using his mic, but he was like, we're just going to drag the assassin back here and be like, hey, can you get this glue off?
I assure you, there's no level of hijinks that we're trying to do. This is very much a means to an end.
I want to see what Acme device you're going to build with this.
Right. It's not that I think you will, say, glue a dog's tail to the ground. I more imagine some part of the law would be enacted for cruel and unusual punishment or something. From what I have seen of your mind in particular, and she's making eye contact with only Valen.
Damien.
I just want to make sure that it is done perhaps thinking about the means and not just the end.
I don't.
I think we'll
he takes his crown off for a second and switches to Gith. And look, I understand there's an element of cruelty involved, perhaps. But the woman behind me burns people alive.
Oh god, you motherfucker!
And my brother's here. One likes to.
Ryland's leading into Kevin is like, what's he saying?
He leans into you. Okay.
This brother here likes to bludgeon things to death, and this person here likes to slash things to death. So I understand this is a concern, but really being stuck to a rod, albeit temporarily, is probably the least of their concerns. I
see the plan that you have told me seems fine. I just worry that perhaps something personal might happen and you will decide to glue their mouth shut or something worse.
I'll be honest with you. I didn't even think about that until you mentioned it, but it's not.
Each of you watched her respond in Gith, and then after he says that, you see deep regret come over her face.
Look, I'm not petty.
Bullshit.
Unless it comes to people who threaten me and mine. So it's not something I'm going to actively terrorize people with.
I understand, but from what I've seen every day, someone threatens you and yours. I am not saying I will refuse you this purchase. You can still get it. I'm just asking that you use it with thought. Not too much thought, but just the right amount.
That's not possible.
He's just at this point going to understand that she's not really budging on this particular subject. All right. Yes, I I promise you, it's not going to be used in any kind of horrific fashion. It will simply be used to apprehend or isolate somebody who's problematic in a way that is not on a minor scale.
I'm sorry. Only the white part of your dog's face showed up at first. It was so weird. But she seems to accept that as an answer. And all right.
Oh, sorry. And if possible, a scroll of tongues, maybe?
Oh, yes, I have that as well.
Okay, great.
Okay. And then she switches back to common for everybody else. Okay, so, Sovereign Glue is about 400 gold, and you should have about 3 uses of it.
Jesus.
Excellent.
Why'd you take the crown off, Valen?
Put the crown back on. I didn't want to, trade secrets and the patrons around, something like that.
Something like that.
Insight check.
All right, go for it. That means you need a deception check.
It's not a deception. He's trying to say hey, there's people around. I can't talk about murdering cats in front of them.
Okay, look.
But yeah, I'll roll my 0 deception.
Well enough to know that he gets a certain tick when he's got a terrible idea.
Oh, it's a 12. All right. I need an insight from Irene.
Here we go.
Oh shit.
Valen is hard to read, but you've just been around him so long that you're like, yeah, all right, that's bullshit. But you also know that, if Valen is bullshitting you, it's likely for good reason, and you can kind of put 2 and 2 together and be like, all right, well, because of our surroundings, he's probably being a little more cryptic than usual, but whatever. But you hear Kudu continue. The rod is a bit pricey. I know that gold has been a bit of a problem lately, but it does cost about 4,000 gold. The Sovereign Glue is 400 gold, and the Scroll of Tongues is 100 gold.
You're gonna have to elaborate on this plan.
Okay. She's gonna immediately give him, or he's gonna immediately give her 500 gold.
She's gonna give.
She's gonna give him about no, absolutely not.
Okay.
And 4,000 gold, a little rich for our blood right now. I will. Oh wait, hold on. Just a little. How about the movable object spell?
Oh,
I do have that. The scroll would be cheaper than the rod, but let me check.
Okay.
You see her kind of going back. I need to get your scroll anyway.
Do you have that tongues in a item that he can wear?
Not
He doesn't like
currently,
giving up his crown.
I can attach it to a new item, but you would need to sacrifice or forfeit it for a few days.
Pretty sure he lacks the dexterity for that.
Get out of here. It's not me. I already have one. Alright, so that was 500 for the glue and scroll of tongues, which he is going to learn. Although, yeah, if we could get it, how much would it cost to get it put on a hat or something? He's not a attunement cap, is he? He's got
Ooh, Kemen?
Yeah.
Kemen has one thing, I'm pretty sure. I think it's just the sword.
Yeah, then we could definitely throw that on it. If it's not 8,000 gold, we could definitely do that.
I'm going to double check his stuff, but yeah, no, he only has the sword right now. You guys did get him plate armor, but it's not attunement based. So he'll or she comes back with a scroll and a very, very small little jar. As she puts it down, it's almost quarter sized in terms of diameter and probably half an inch tall, but it's not very viscous either. It looks almost like a wax, it is solid. And as she puts it down, she sets a sort of what looks like maybe a spatula of some kind on top of it. That's small as well, maybe 5 or 6 inches. Sets that down as well as the scroll beside it. Now you have a certain amount of time to spread the glue before it sets. permanently. This
Sorry.
spatula will likely be forfeit after you use it. Just, I would suggest using this rather than an item or a hand or a glove. Just make sure you use it carefully. You have maybe 4 seconds or so before it sets.
Understood.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And your scroll is here. In reference to the immovable object spell, that would be 200 gold.
Okay, great. So that's she'd give her the 200 gold for that. And one last thing. Lastly, how much would it cost to have tongues put into an item that we can?
If the item is already enchanted, likely 1,000 gold. If the item is mundane and will need to be enhanced to have just the spell, it's cheaper and would be 600 gold.
Oh, we can do that right now. Kevin.
Here's a ring.
Yeah. What's up?
What kind of jewelry or accoutrement do you like to have on your person?
I mean, the queen kind of made sure we didn't really have much, because it could distract us and, battle and all that. You don't want earrings ripped out in the middle of fighting and, Illithids are assholes. So you try not to really wear anything. So nothing? I don't know. I don't really have anything that's like superfluous. I mean, I don't really, maybe some socks? Could you enchant my socks?
Shirt buttons. He never uses them, so they're not at risk of falling off.
I'm gonna spare
Of tongues. Can we just enjoy that for a second?
Socks of tongues. Ew, that sounds so gross.
Uh-huh. Yep. That's where you took us, Foos. You have no one to blame but yourself.
That's Kevin's dumbass trying to rationalize something he'd have on himself at all times. It's not armor.
They make me speak real good, but they feel so weird.
I can't speak without my socks.
I don't.
Oh.
Ew.
What?
Okay. Well, that's the answer you get.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that's. Mm-hmm. What do I have in my bag? I have books.
Of course, you have books.
I have a dead enchanter. I have.
You have a whole body in there. God.
A bunch of food.
There's that dagger. We don't know where it's been.
Well, I mean, if it's magical, maybe. What if we just got like a book and slung it over your shoulder or something? Or
No.
do you want like a?
You can't make everyone a wizard.
Like maybe like one of those Conan headbands.
Oh,
Why not
shit,
just?
How about this? Why don't we? I'll
Fucking
give you the
belts,
600 now,
Shirt.
and I'll talk to Mukami, and maybe she can have an item delivered from her shop over, and you can enchant that.
Hey, Rylan, do you think he's overthinking right now? He's doing the thing. It looks like it.
Okay.
Sure. You could
So that's
speak
it.
with Mukami about it, but if you put the deposit down, I will have it done for you as soon as possible. Do you need it by a certain time?
I mean, the sooner the better, but it's not a rush. But if you could put it higher on the list, we'd appreciate it. My spell slots would appreciate it specifically.
I understand. I will work on this. If not tonight, then tomorrow. If my assistant has time, I might make him do it.
Okay, excellent. Thank you. So that's an extra 800 with the 6 and 2. So that's that. And yeah, I think I'm good, at least in terms of being done bothering you. And I appreciate
her enchantment of a mundane item was 700.
I thought it was 6. I apologize.
Wait,
so...
did I say? I'm sorry. Hold on. Let me double check. What did I say? Yes, I'm sorry. Because I heard 800 and then my brain scrambled. You're fine. You're good.
Today is Friday.
I know today's Friday and our brains. Oh God. Anyway, yes.
Do you need me to summon the piggy bank, Phelan?
No, I have enough. Thank you.
You will need to make purchases in the future.
I'm not destitute at the moment, and
I read directly at his robes.
All right. I might need to do some mending, but the I'm fine, thank you. He was gonna say
Anything else that I can help you with?
Can you convince him to talk about his nefarious plans?
But we still need a diamond.
Or what?
Do we need a vermin?
A diamond. Because he's asking about res thefts.
Echo.
Oh, material components.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't. I'm a scrub. I only have 3rd level spells, so
I think
good.
you might need a diamond then, Kadrono.
Oh, the diamond thing.
Yeah, do you have a diamond worth 500 gold?
Are you muted?
I talked.
He said it, yeah.
I know.
He
Okay.
has to mute
He
himself
has to
again,
mute,
otherwise
like-
you get the double.
Yep, yep.
Exactly. Yeah. We're still doing some mic shenanigans. We haven't figured it out yet, but we're trying. Also, Maya, are we ever gonna get you back on camera?
Yeah, I've kind of been having my head down and my eyes closed.
Oh,
That's why I
okay.
wasn't on camera.
Feel better. But yeah, she does have one. It is exactly that, 500 gold. So if you need this, I can supply one.
Damn, even with the discount, so
Yep.
rude.
I'll take it. Thank you.
Perfect. Well, that she has a discount for things that she makes, but
I know.
if it's just like,
I'm
you know,
talking shit. I'm talking shit.
Yeah. So mark down that you do have a diamond worth 500 gold.
Should we get an extra one just in case?
I'm not stopping you if that's what you want to do.
He's busy writing down that he has 500 diamonds. I think Ryland was asking you if you want to get another one just in case.
Yes.
Yeah,
we'll do it. Never.
Do we?
Revivify is free because because I had you guys use it in the past, and I didn't want to suddenly add a rule to that, so I felt bad. So it's literally anything that's 4th level or higher that has a gold requirement that you will. So Revivify I give you guys for free because I did in the past and I feel bad. So you can do that for free no matter what. So the diamonds are only for Raised Dead.
And then
Yeah,
that's
I can
actually
guess
what
you want
Ryland's asking
Two
a
is
character.
one,
He's like,
one is none.
if Ryland's asking the character, like, do we have a need for? Do y'all need to consume this? And he's holding up a diamond worth 200 gold.
I don't have a need for that.
Can we put this towards another one for 500?
And have the difference be 300? Yes, if you'd like.
He's gonna kind of clean it off a little bit, make sure it's good and presentable.
The best is this diamond is this big. Ryland's big giant ass is like, let me clean it off for you.
Brucey, I missed
you
the
have the
spot.
mask on, so I feel like you're just gonna gas yourself. Anyway, all that said, she does take it. Whoever wants to pay the difference of the 300 gold, then you can mark down that you have 2.
Jonas, what's your plate?
Mr. Piggy, come out and give me monies.
That's exactly how that goes.
That's a grown man right there.
All right, Kadrono said he's going to pay for it, so
thank you, Kadrono.
Yeah, exactly. So Kadrono, you have 2 now.
Don't have that anymore.
I don't have that, and we are good to go.
All right, then I believe.
Oh, sorry. Please.
Anything else? No?
No, I don't think so.
We're good.
Okay.
Thank you.
That's
you are welcome.
brain shut down.
I will hear from Mukami soon, hopefully, and we will enchant the item with tongues on it. And I wish you all a good day. Komesi.
Hey,
We haven't heard that in so long.
Should we consider making one of those for tree bender at some point?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Should we consider making one of those for tree bender at one point? That's I
don't know if that works. Does it work that way?
It's possible. give it a shot.
Valen's the best person to ask.
I mean, he's intelligent enough for language, so yeah.
I mean, you guys are able to talk to him, right? And you use tongues with him, right?
Yeah, it should work.
No, it's okay.
We could ask her. I know we just said.
Yes.
Okay.
My apologies. We have an owlbear. Well, you've met Treebender.
I don't know if you know this.
Most of us have. Well, not most of us, but Valen has been communicating with him through the use of tongues. Would it be possible for the reverse to happen? Like if we were to construct this another item for Treebender, would he be able to communicate with us?
There is. It works one way, however, I'm not sure it would work the other. The thing is, your friend is a smarter breed, and he is technically not a beast, but most of those who need tongues have to have a spoken language that is understood. And he doesn't quite have that exactly. It might work, but it would be an expensive treat, or expensive solution, I suppose, and it would also mean that you may stress him out a bit. You're going from a creature who quietly communicated to himself and others around him at all times to someone who is communicating to everybody in the environment at the same time. But it could be worth an attempt.
Ryland's gonna go over to him. Do you want to be able to hear what everyone's saying and talk to everybody at the same time?
You see Treebender kind of looking up at you. Looking just sort of confused by the question. From the body language, you get the kind of like, what? What are you talking about?
He's just gonna kind of like give him scriptures and look over to Irene. I don't think he wants to do that.
Let's test it with actually casting tongues on him for a little bit, and if he doesn't like it, we could drop it and see how we go from there.
We could, if we're going to attempt this, once we cast it, we enter the room one by one to converse with him and see if a strain sort of builds at a certain point.
We can have this conversation. She looks very
not in a place of business. Yes, I agree.
Thank you for your kindness, your patronage, and your time. Once again, Kolethi.
Kolethi.
I wish you luck with everything you do.
Ryland's gonna make a rose appear and give it to her.
Thank you. She is full on holding it real awkward, like just in front of her until you guys leave.
It's great because you can't even see the expression on his face.
Those are one of the roses that don't smell, right?
Yep. They don't smell, and it disappears after 24 hours. Oh, I'm sorry. It doesn't disappear. It turns into dust. I didn't realize.
It disintegrates.
I thought it Thanos snaps.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
It gets snapped after 24 hours.
Good job, Romeo.
Okay, so you guys have this interaction. Money is paid. Valen, you have the scroll, the glue. Actually, two scrolls. Two scrolls and the glue.
Yes.
And you put down the deposit for a tongue spell on a item that you have to go pick out from Mukami's.
Yep.
But you guys are back out onto the street, and you're free to do or go wherever you like. I'm trying so hard not to burp.
I think we had 2, now 3 places to stop. We got to go by the Kings and recruit Garai. We got to go by Roots and Dose, and now we got to go back to Mikami's.
Correct.
And whatever order is most distance and time traveled logical.
The most efficient path? Is that what you're trying to say?
Listen. The path is efficient, not by explaining of being efficient.
And he's trying, folks. He's trying. Give him a chance. But yes, for the sake of brevity, we can more or less have you guys like what you're doing at each
Okay.
location.
Yeah.
Unless there's something specific that you want to like say or have a conversation with that NPC. In the meantime, you had 3 different stops that it sounded like Roots and Dose, the Palace, and Mukami's. So what order are you going in?
Which one's closest? That's what I said. Which route makes the most? I know Roots and Dose was probably last based on its location.
Yeah. It probably makes sense to go Palace, Mukami, Roots and Dose.
Any problem, gang?
None whatsoever.
We're off to see the kings, the kings.
Off to the kings you go. Are you trying to meet with the king specifically, or are you just kind of heading to the palace to be like, we just want to talk to this guy?
We just want to talk to Garai. I don't think we need to speak with the king specifically. We'll have plenty of time when we all get
if they're
kidnapped
there
on Friday.
free and they want to talk to us, yeah, but I mean, we might be able to tell them about the arrangements not working out.
The arrangement's not working out? What?
The Rylan not being able to keep his armor and weapons with his tribe.
Oh, I see what you mean. Okay. I got you. Took a second, but I got it. All right, so let's pop you back on the map. But yes, so you guys are hopping out and heading over to the palace. Oh, poor Flandy. I'm pretty sure.
Stop by and beat up the slavers or something.
Not this session, I don't think. It was they either do that. It was the fuck up fart bitch or fuck up the underground, not railroad.
Underground railroad.
Oh,
Don't fuck
not
that up,
railroad.
please.
I think we were leaning towards getting rid of the slavers because the we kind of need to get. There's a concern of power, and if we get those gems, that will absolutely help. And obviously, killing those fools would be great. And it's local, so we don't have to go too far.
I put it in piss off Balin.
Yeah.
Okay, but as you guys head into the palace for the first time today, although you guys are getting a little more familiar with the Pyramid Palace, and as per usual, I'm not gonna worry. Everyone's gonna take off their things that have charges so that you don't lose it on the way in, and you can put it back on when you go in. Yeah, the code check, exactly.
I'm imagining we're just gonna take off the ugly cloak thing.
Say that again?
Does Nerja still have the ugly cloak thing?
She does, yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, everyone's taking off their stuff. I'm not gonna worry about that. You're all good. That stuff is taken off as you're walking in. Hold on one second. There was
Bailey,
something
give me your glasses.
I'm already storing them. Don't worry.
Oh my goodness.
I want to store them.
I mean, do you want to use them? You're free to use them.
So I want to store them. I want to help you.
He looks at like his bag of holding, his obviously somewhat holy robe, but there are some pockets in there, and you're just plate. Where are you gonna put glasses, Chief?
I put them in the bag of holding once before. I could put them in there again.
In the bag of holding that I have, or that you have?
That I have. Yours is stinky.
There is a bug.
We might be able to fix that today.
As you guys are heading into the palace, you're kind of getting ready to figure out where you need to go before you see the familiar face of a young princess kind of trotting your way.
Yeah.
Hi, we were actually gonna send some people to your. Are you here for the dressings?
I missed it. I'm so sorry.
I think we needed to get fitted at some point. Is that what you're talking about?
Oh, yeah.
You were supposed to do that yesterday, but you never showed up. So the kings were just going to send the dressers to you. So we were going to see if you were home and do that. But
why are we so bad?
She's looking at all your faces and okay, so I can see that this is a bit of a surprise for you. You have time now, right?
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, sure we do.
Oh,
This is giving me instant flashbacks to Legacy when we were stuffed in the carriages with Zola and Nini.
It's perfect. Don't worry. It hopefully won't take too long. At this point, you kind of don't have much of a say of what you're going to be wearing, just because we need to get this done in like 4 or 5 hours. So you're going to be subject to what we can make at this point. So if there's anything you absolutely refuse to wear, just let us know. But otherwise, we have to get you dressed and ready to be there.
It's like looking at her, like, I guess we're not going to take care of the bow guy today.
Yeah, the slavers will have to suffice for today.
The what? Huh?
Oh, don't worry. It's
we're being true to our name.
Yeah.
We
Okay.
prevent a lot of words, so we make jokes about it sometimes.
So wait, if you weren't here for the fittings, then what were you here for? Did you need something?
We were here to see Garai, actually.
You wanted to
See
speak
how his
to-
recovery is going.
Exactly.
He's been pretty good, actually. I think he's been relatively active with some of our trainers and such. Seems to be interested in getting his form back, is what he said. But
better way than
maybe
in
while
the
you're getting
field.
fitted,
We have an opportunity for catharsis for him. Wanted to see if he was interested.
you know, based on what I've heard, I imagine you're referencing the deadly kind. So I'm just gonna pretend I didn't register that and instead say that I'll send him up while you're being fitted. Does that sound good?
Sounds good.
Perfect. Follow me, and I'm unfortunately gonna have to kind of drop you off because I have to do a few things myself, and then you should be okay, right? You'll be fine by yourself. I'll send Garai up to speak with you, and then yeah. I mean, you won't be by yourself. You're gonna anyway. It's fine. Follow me. You see her kind of like turn on her heel, like she's walking with the poise of the princess that you've seen her before, but there's a little bit of urgency to her step.
Okay.
And every now and then she's kind of looking over her shoulder to make sure that you guys are like keeping up with her. But she heads off.
She's gonna try to isolate Valen a little bit, and just under her breath be like, "Hey, Valen, you think you could turn down the shadiness just a bit?"
He's a warrior.
She's
That's what he does.
Riley's gonna join the huddle and be like, "Guys, did we say we were gonna? When did we make this appointment?"
I don't remember.
I think we made this. I think we did. Yeah.
I'm gonna blame my lack of memory on blood loss.
Let's have a group history check to see who remembers what happened.
I read like I
You
think
said
we
it, I
did.
kind of remember it.
Yeah. It's like, Valen,
I thought we had the option to either get fitted or show up on our own.
This is group inch check or history check.
Yes. Valen and I are on the same page, baby.
Oh, no.
That's the first roll of the night. Let's go. Or second roll, sorry.
yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Oh shit!
Why did you turn into a lizard for a second there?
That's
Yes.
amazing. Rylan,
Oh no.
Yes, true to
I
four.
feel like it hits Irene like a bolt of lightning. Like everyone else is like, did we promise this? What's happening? And no one promised anything. You very much remember the kings being like, okay, if you're coming with us, you need to make sure that you look the part. So we're gonna, hopefully you can come back in a day or whatever, like day before the celebration or the party, so that we can get you fitted for that. Because they even asked, they were like, do you have any place that you can get fitted? You guys were like, nah. They were like, okay, come back a day before, we'll get that done for you. And then that way you won't have anything to worry about. It's also free because the kings are basically, you know, commissioning you guys to go on this mission in the first place. You just have to show up and get fitted.
Did we
So
not
my,
put that in our quest log?
No, we did not.
She's like asking out loud. Just like,
pretty much.
Rylan's like,
Pretty much.
I'm sorry, we've been through so much in the last few days. It's difficult to keep up with all the things we have going on. No, we definitely did talk about this. I apologize on behalf of the group.
It's okay. We're all busy here, and I've heard you guys have been pretty busy. How you guys doing, by the way? I haven't seen you in a little bit.
All things considered, she looks back at Treebender, who's successfully back in the group. Kadrono, who's still alive. I think we're hanging in there.
did you know you have something at the bottom of the infinite?
Oh boy.
And he'll be saying that like as there's like nobody in the hallway, like as we're passing through, like, you know, not like in the atrium or something.
We don't really have like that I dropped, or what do you mean?
No, there's
Like
something
an
down there.
entity at the bottom.
You saw a what? What did,
That
I'm
was
sorry.
Irene, right? She swam down, I think.
It sounded like a baby, but it didn't make sense. And we went to go visit it, and I was a shark, and I got ported out very high above the ground, and Valen caught me.
How many times have you guys been in the Infinite?
3, 4 times, something like that.
Okay. I don't know what the baby sound is or means.
Well, there was a barrier as well that he's omitting for some reason.
He doesn't know any better.
You couldn't get into the Infinite?
He was a
No,
shark.
at the bottom there was some kind of
He
There
swam
was
to
a
the
scout.
You swam to the bottom of the Infinite?
yeah.
That's where the baby was. Or the crying. Sound like baby. I don't know that
And
it's baby.
there was a barrier between himself and the source of the noise, and could not breach it. And unfortunately, the only means I had to get him down there was to turn him into a shark, which I'm sure you know aren't known for their intellect. So,
Well, unless
Yeah,
you
the
can
whole
turn
memory
into
is a little fuzzy.
I mean, through training. And I train with the druids, remember? So, yeah, I can turn into a shark.
oh well, I mean, at some point we could go down there and
No,
check it out.
no. We're
Well,
not
what-
taking the king's daughter into danger with
It would be
firsthand
on
without
her
their
own
express permission.
volition. I'm sure
No,
she'd come with.
No, we're not being involved with this. I'm sure you'll be fine, but we have a habit of things going wrong.
Yeah, we don't exactly get into peaceful situations most of the time. I'm gonna have to side with Ryland on this one.
But not by a lack of trying.
I mean, she could go if she wants.
The Infinite is right attached to the palace, pretty much. So, if anything happens, I'll probably find out anyway.
I'm gonna need you to sign a waiver.
We'd obviously need to discuss this with whatever security detail and your father.
Yes, I
respectively.
know.
I can
Um,
accompany you to an extent because I have no trouble breathing underwater. It might be limited by pressure, but
That's true. Well, I guess it sounds interesting, but it doesn't sound terribly familiar or regular to me, I guess.
it's certainly
But-
not.
Well, maybe I'll ask my dads about it. Maybe they'll have something that they can
Have
share.
you ever reached into nature before? Like,
All the time, of course.
And
I
his-
mean, that's what I've been trained to do.
he's gonna try to explain the way that what he used to reach out to the infinite and what he was taught with the tree back home and everything. Like using this technique.
I think I think things might be kind of coming to for you guys. There's something magical about this place, and I think you're kind of acclimating to it a little bit.
Tuning to a body of water?
Kind of, I guess. It's a little hard to explain.
Seals are smart, right? We can turn you into a
Seals
seal maybe
are
next time.
Smart, right? Stop it. All right.
Anyway, so and she kind of like shrugs off the weirdness and awkwardness and then leads you to she leads you kind of like upstairs, which is kind of similar to where you've gone to meet the kings, but seems to lead you in like the exact opposite direction, even though it's on the what seems to be the same floor. And much like the rest of the pyramid palace, there's plenty of running water and live plants that kind of twist and form some of the architecture around you. But she finally leads you to a door that there doesn't even actually seem to be a door. It just seems to kind of be curtains. And from the inside, you can already hear kind of soft music playing. And just kind of looking through some of the sheer curtains that are colored sort of purple and silvery. Behind that, you can see just what looks like a lounge. There's a lot of chairs and cushions and seats and not a lot of movement, or at least people behind there. But she stops right in front of the curtains. Okay, so you're going to speak to Gikonyo, and he's going to be your dresser, essentially. Well, measurer and all that stuff. So, like I said, you're kind of at the mercy because he does not have a lot of time to make 6 outfits, 5 outfits, 7. How many is he coming? And she kind of like points at Kevin.
Of course he's coming.
Okay, so and then she looks at Rusi and Treebender. I don't know if they can come.
Wait, what?
Rylan just bear hugs Rusi.
Okay, I'll ask my dads and make sure it's okay. Okay, so everybody here is coming.
Yes.
Okay.
Are you sure this isn't dressy enough attire? And he's like trying to make the leaves kind of.
Nope.
Rylan, brother, you look like a bush. And I mean that in the most flattering way possible.
Before you even get that, he's like, thank you. He took that as a compliment.
You look like a bush. Thank you.
I was really going for sage, but you know.
Oh my goodness. All right, so she kind of just motions towards the curtains. So I'll introduce you, and then, like I said, I gotta go. But I'll be kind of around-ish. I'll probably pop in again in a little bit just to kind of see how you're doing and make sure everything's okay. But anyway, here we go. So she kind of pulls back one of the Flandy's into this music. She pulls back some of the curtains and just kind of leans in. Gikonyo, the preventers are here for their fittings. There are a few more outfits than we expected. There's a dog and an owlbear too. So, good luck. And you didn't quite see anything as she pulled the curtains open. You got a better view of sort of the cushions and the seating that seemed to be there. You can very much recognize a few pedestals that seem to have a number of sort of like tools beside them, but they all seem to be based off of measurements and measuring tape and scissors and fabrics. And overall, the fabrics in this room that you can see sort of like hanging from some of the displays along the sides seem very patterned and bright colored. Sometimes you'll see the kings kind of wearing something similar, but this looks like this is clearly formal attire of some kind. But from one of the curtains that are kind of far on the left, you see them kind of flourish open, and out steps what looks to be a half-elven man who is completely clean, bald, with full white attire on, which seem to be kind of robes that are layered from almost every inch of him. Like even when he moves his arms, it seems like it's just like a big bell sleeve that just kind of billows around him, and also seems to kind of hang from his shoulders, almost like a vest as well. There's a belt that also kind of just seems to hang in the air. It doesn't even seem to kind of acknowledge gravity all that much. It almost reminds you of Irene's hair. That's sort of like earth or air or water genasi sort of weightlessness to it. And the robes kind of extend all the way down to his feet, where you can't quite see his shoes, but as he's walking, you can hear like the softest kind of tapping of something. It doesn't sound like leather, but it sounds like a very particular material that is making just the softest of clacks as he walks towards you guys. But he walks up with sort of a bit of a flourish, stepping towards you guys. The preventers, finally. I have been waiting for you since yesterday. And here you are! Okay, so we can get started, right? You have time?
Yes.
Doesn't matter if you have time. I'm gonna start with you. And he kind of reaches forward and grabs Rylan's hands. Come here, come here, come here. Sort of drags you across the room. As you're being dragged, like, there's a moment where, like, I feel like Rylan would just kind of look back at the door, and you see the princess in the doorway just like walking away. Like almost as quickly as she can, disappears behind the doorway. But you're sort of dragged up to one of the pedestals that has a few mirrors kind of circling it, so you just get to see yourself in angles that, as a natural person, you've never seen before. It's this weird kind of like, oh, so this is what people see when they look at me. Like I'm not used to seeing myself from this angle, but kind of places you up there. Okay, so do you want to keep the antlers? I can work with antlers if you want, but those are kind of big.
I would like to keep as much as I can.
Okay, you're gonna have to get rid of the mask, just so you know. I can give you antlers. I can give you. Do you want a veil? Do you want to cover your face?
But I'm already covering my face, and it's
No. we have to take off the mask. You cannot go with that. But I can give you a veil or something to cover your face if you don't want to be.
But it's already ceremony. He's having like a. It's the little kid talk where like the kid's like, no, it's my toy.
I understand, but we just need to work with what we have. So I'm gonna have to.
Yeah, we have this. This is already. It's already here.
No.
There are
So the
rules.
antlers aren't. They don't remove from this. They're connected.
There are
Okay,
rules for attending this event.
He's like getting very tense and just like.
Okay. Well, how about this? Why don't you come here and sit down? And he kind of like pulls you back over to one of the like loungy cushion areas. And rather than taking you to one of the like couches that were there, he literally takes you to like a lounge pit that's just full of pillows and basically like pushes you in. If you're willing, you could obviously resist it if you wanted to, but
It
it's
is
just like
stiff board fucking action.
as pillows come flying up in Ryland's wake, he is just kind of like laying in a sack of basically pillows.
Man.
And he turns to the rest of the group. Okay, you know what? You seem adventurous. How about you? He comes over and grabs Irene's hand.
Sure, what do you have in mind?
Well, you like a lot of movement. Well, do you like movement? I'm not sure if you're happy with your hair. Do you want us to tie
Just
that
gonna
down?
point
Would you
out
like
at her
to-
hair and be like, I can't be helped in most cases, but yes, I do.
Okay, good. We can work with that. That's fine. Do you have a particular color that you like? It looks like you have some flow going here, so we can work with that kind of thing. If there's anything, he seems nervous about it, but if you don't mind, would you mind if I started measuring some parts? If you can take off some of the bulkier bits, I can measure over your clothes. It's fine, but I do need to measure you. And any colors that you want to wear.
Absolutely. You know what? You seem like you've been doing this for a very long time. Not age-wise, just you look very experienced. So I'll go ahead and trust your judgment and see what you come up with.
Perfect. Wonderful. Can you walk in heels?
I think I just blue screened.
You're blue. That's racist. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't think Irene's a heels type. No, she's definitely not. Nah. She's just like, I've never attempted that in my life.
Okay, that's fine. Don't worry. We can kind of like make it look like you're wearing some, but it won't really be. We'll work with that. That's fine. We'll have some maybe something to kind of cover your. You seem more of a modest person, so we won't have it cut too high or anything like that. Do you want pants? Do you want a skirt? Is a dress fine? I'm seeing a dress for you right now, but if you don't want a dress, we can work around it.
A dress?
And he just kind of like looks at like you and then like the rest of the group and is like, okay, I'm just going to start working. If you have any outright objections to what I'm saying, what is coming out of my mouth, you let me know. Okay. So for
I'm
you,
just gonna say I need to feel limber, mobile, like I can get around. You know, I don't think a dress would be conducive to that. I think
you don't understand my talent. I can make you a dress that you can still move around in, and we'll also move around with you. I'm thinking sleeveless with maybe some tails. We're not going to have some heels for you, so don't worry. You like your colors, and I think you like your movement as well, so it'll be nice and billowing, maybe a slit so you can make sure you can run. Not too high because it doesn't look like you like that. So we're going to work with this. Now let me start measuring you. And you hope
gradually comes from, like, undergoes a transformation from, I'm willing to like adventure and try all sorts of new shit to hell.
So as you're sitting there, he kind of tells you to like hold your hands out and your arms, and obviously you can let her be as comfortable or uncomfortable, but anytime that you seem to be uncomfortable, there's a moment where he's like, would you like to measure yourself? I don't have to measure you specifically.
I don't think she's gonna be bothered by that part. It's more the idea of being a fairy princess that like is throwing
have to look
off massively.
yeah, exactly. You have to look the part.
I don't want to be a Disney prince.
I understand.
What is the part exactly? I'm curious. What are you imagining?
You have to understand that they are inviting the kings as well as many other important officials from other cities and such. These are very important people, and you need to look the part. If you come up looking like a person who can perhaps fight on the battlefields, you will stand out, and the kings are not looking for something like that. So,
what about I don't know, dashing prince or something. I mean,
Oh, I'm so sorry. Was I going in the wrong direction?
what? No, I just mean I haven't worn flowing dresses since I was a child, so I don't remember that very well.
We can try again.
She still loves them though. The bigger the better. Don't. She's playing coy.
No,
Just give her the
I
most flowy.
I do not see large for her. I see sleek, and I see beautiful movement in every single step that she takes.
Okay.
So
She won't be restricted. I promise you.
All right. I'll trust your judgment. And
do you have anything that's maybe flame retardant?
Jesus.
And you see him kind of turn and look at you with his hand in the air. It's just, of course I do. We are in a desert. I need to make sure that whatever you have is capable of keeping you cool. And in case, I mean, I am designing for the kings, you understand. So they need to be protected at all times as well.
I mean more like ignition.
No, I'm understand.
She's giving him the look of like, I will kill you.
There are fibers that we can use that will keep you cool and also keep you from perhaps bursting into flame unless you take some time to set this garment on a flame, which I really hope you do not.
Okay. Yeah, no, yep.
If you hold it up to a flame, it will likely take a minute or two before it catches, is what I'm saying.
Oh, excellent. Great.
I'm sorry.
I'm sensing a definitive lack of trust in me, and that's fine, but I will continue.
No.
He goes back to his measurements.
He's a wizardly type, and he's always thinking of what ifs, even if they don't make any sense. Or do.
Okay.
Please.
Then no, it is fine. Do not worry. I will have your measurements will be done in just a second, and like he's kind of zipping around your body faster than you expect, and as expected, every time it's sort of a possible sensitive area. There's okay, I'm just going to take it around here and you can hold it if you want. I'm not going to da-da-da. Seems to be kind of respectful in those set areas, but otherwise is kind of zipping around your body and kind of finishing up his measurements. Okay. The other thing for you.
Thinking about getting into a bar fight immediately after this.
The other thing I can offer for you, I don't see much on you right now. Do you care for jewelry? Necklaces, earrings, bracelets, rings, anklets?
So long as it doesn't interfere with my movement, I think I'll be fine with it. I'm no stranger to it.
That is fine. I can absolutely work with that as well. We will work with a few. I think a necklace would be nice. We can also do some body jewelry if you're interested, but it sounds like you probably don't know what that is. So I'm just going to make the executive decision.
I'm fully aware. The lands I grew up in. Yeah. No. That's
perfect. Me. Okay. And like you see him kind of. It's only now that he stopped talking and he turns to kind of like address something behind him that you realize that there's an unusually large piece of parchment, probably like 3 to 4 feet tall or so, that has been sort of slowly gaining, or like something seems to be writing on it. You're watching as words appear as he's saying certain things out loud. And from the distance, it's a little hard to read, but Irene, who's a little bit closer to it, it's probably a good like 20, 30 feet away from you. But even from the distance, you can kind of read some of the measurements that he was saying out loud about you, and like colors and certain things that he was just like specifically describing about your outfit. But once he kind of finishes and looks back and is like, got all that? Perfect. Okay. I think we're done. You can sit down. And he kind of like turns.
Just looking at her own arms and like, are these guns gonna fit in that dress?
I told you it was going to be sleeveless. Now sit down.
What? Oh, I was thinking out loud. Give me a break.
He turns and sees like the rest of the team and is, okay, we have a lot to work with. You next. Reaches over for Codrono, and his hand does not quite make it all the way around your forearm, Codrono, but he tries. Just kind of pulls you up to the pedestal with the very many mirrors as well. Okay, so you look like you probably, obviously tell me if I'm wrong, worn anything fancy? If I had to guess? You look like a man of war.
No fancy.
Okay. Okay, good, great. So there we go. Okay. So what we can work with you, we're going pretty much in the opposite direction. You're gonna have some structure, something that you can move in though, I imagine. You don't want to be restricted in any kind of way.
Absolutely not.
Okay, he seems easy enough, I suppose. Colors. Do you have anything that you hate?
Nothing attracts attention.
Well, you have to attract attention here.
Do you have anything in steel, tungsten,
Oh boy.
He's
gunmetal,
wearing
maybe?
that. No. He's not gonna go. I mean, he can't go in his armor. You guys are not. I don't think you're.
What if
Anyway,
the clothing
it's
just
fine.
looked like clothing, but it was really armor? Could you do that?
I mean, that would be sort of magic based. I can make things that would maybe deflect a shot or two, but nothing.
I think
armored,
you would
essentially.
like that, right, Kadrono? Something that could deflect a shot or two.
Absolutely.
Okay.
In my armor.
Okay, good. So considering your skin tone and your dark hair, I think we're gonna go with sort of bolder colors. We can work with some of the patterns that we have here. We'll come up. Well, I'll use my patented, very very strong threading. I'm not going to say exactly what it is, but we can use that and hopefully kind of make this work. I hope you don't mind patterns and such. I imagine I'm not even going to ask you. Never mind. I already know the answer to that. You're this, you're that, you're that. Okay. Are you okay with the jewelry, earrings, necklaces? What would you like?
Nothing that would snag and restrict me.
So studs. We can work with studs. That works fine. So we'll give you some of those. We'll also kind of no, we'll leave that. Maybe
Are
headdress.
they long and sharp?
No, really short.
Can they be?
You want them long and short, or long and
Sharp, I believe you were saying sharp.
sharp? So you
Yes.
want them long and sharp.
Possibly.
Are you looking for a different kind of weapon?
No, I want to bring a weapon to this.
I
No.
can work with that, actually.
The
I can work with
tusks,
that.
it sometimes gets meat in between, so if you had
Right,
something-
sometimes he needs a toothpick. No, I understand. We will work with that. Your hair isn't quite long enough for us to make the excuse that it is there, but maybe I was honestly thinking a headdress of some kind. So I can kind of work with that, and we'll come with sort of bold colors, keeping the patterns. We'll make you look like a Kimathi Kimane native, so that you hopefully look like you should be with the kings as well. So I think that's fine. I'm going to get to your measurements again. If there's anything uncomfortable, you let me know. Start sort of whipping around you with the measuring tape.
What about a
Help you
walking
out.
stick with a heavy end?
You are describing a club, sir. Do you?
I'll take
don't
one
know.
too.
I've seen belts with kind of bladed ends to them, maybe like a really heavy buckle, like 3 pounds heavy.
Anything that is worth keeping as a weapon would likely be flagged at the door, and you would have to leave anyway.
I mean, some
I can
people have
walk with a limp.
some people have some crazy like belt buckles. I've seen some,
Please understand.
Oh,
Our wizardly friend here also really likes chains. So he tries.
Kadrono and Valen, you guys can roll me persuasion checks. The two of you are trying real hard to get like a weapon, non-weapon.
Oh
my god!
I'm sure this.
Oh no!
Ooh.
You said
Negative
you said
one?
investigation, right?
No, I said persuasion.
Persuasion.
Yeah. The belt of whooping. I love it.
Oh, yep.
Oh, okay. Well, you
Oh
can
my
use
God.
one line.
It didn't go through because it died, but I oh,
I feel
I
like
wasn't gonna
it's
believe it or
going to
not.
be awkward, but we do have inspirations around here somewhere.
I rolled it. That's what I'm saying.
No, we got to go kill some slavers. Save
I
your
rolled it.
inspiration.
I rolled it.
What'd you
I
get?
already rolled it.
It's a 35 on a D20. We believe you, man. We
natural
believe
one.
you. We
Yeah,
trust
it's
you.
okay, man.
Oh shit! Let's go. Let's go.
It didn't go
we-
through.
We do believe you. Who are you adding it to? I imagine it's Valence.
Whoever looks better.
Yeah, that's
Fladey, I think you got a can of cheese whiz on the floor, by the way.
Jeez,
What?
To your back
Wait.
right.
Leave my
I'm-
background alone. Fuck you.
Okay.
get out of here, Dennis. Oh my god.
Why did I do it?
don't-
It said.
I have no idea.
Oh yeah, that bad boy's dead. Okay. I got
Okay.
you.
Hit the battery and it died.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So, So I don't think we can work with a club.
Walking stick.
No, the walking stick would get too much attention because it might look like a staff, and then they'll think you're some kind of caster, which you kind of are. But I mean, I imagine you are. Anyway.
Pipcane.
I can work something into a belt, or again jewelry. If you don't mind me saying, a lot of orcs or half orcs usually use a lot of sort of bone jewelry and earrings and things like that. I can maybe make something that kind of links together if you kind of put those all together, essentially give you something that way. It would take a little time to put together, but it would pass inspection.
Okay.
Okay, perfect. So we'll put you down for probably 4 sets of earrings, a necklace, maybe a bracelet or 2. That should work. Okay, good. We will make that assemble into something, and I'm going to be working all day. Okay, perfect. You can step off. I'm done with your measurements and your outfit. You are set to go. Again, you're going to be in bold patterns. Look like a Kimate native. That's the intention. Okay, head off.
Okay.
You, and she kind of he points. I was looking at Irene, that's why I said she. He points at Valen.
He likes chains.
Not as much as she infers.
Come here. And it kind of like pulls you onto the the pedestal as well. Okay, I'm seeing 0 color on you. Do you want to keep it that way?
Yes, please.
Does he still have the Jesus thing going on? The halo?
Yep.
He does.
Oh. Well,
okay. You will stand out probably too much. I can make something that's a little bit lighter in color. With some darker elements. How are you with a darker blue? A very, very deep blue?
Blue?
Deep. Almost black.
What if you just... He looks over to Kevin. Blue?
What
We
about
don't
blue?
wear blue. Our people doesn't wear blue, right?
Our people don't really dress well. I mean, we dress for whatever we're doing. We don't really mess with, dyes and whatever.
How about, do you have anything in silver?
I absolutely have things that are in silver.
I'll take that.
Perfect. Okay. We will also work some darkness into it as well because you seem to enjoy that. Maybe a longer jacket, maybe some black on the inside, black lining, sort of a silver on the outside. We can have...
make it red if you could.
We can make it red. That is totally fine. And you, I also see almost no jewelry.
And it's going to stay that way.
No need to be hostile. I'm just asking.
This says the man wearing a crown. I love it.
Are you
against
something on your head?
I can't bring the crown in, can I?
You absolutely cannot. That will get you kicked out.
Do it for the kings.
Out of my head. No, I'm good. Thank you.
Okay, shoes. Do you like a heel or flat?
Flat.
Okay, no problem.
Tiny
Boots or shoes?
I'm such. There's a northern me in here who's screaming to say something.
Baby.
But I'm gonna be civil and say shoes.
I appreciate that you at least know what you want. The others, they seem to flounder and not know what's going on, but you at least appreciate or know what you're doing. So we'll have likely a 3-piece for the Tims. We'll have likely some kind of 3-piece with the jacket on top. You don't want any other accoutrement. Well, actually, I'm not going to ask. We're going to do something with your hair if you're not going to do jewelry of any kind.
What's wrong with it now?
You haven't done anything to it.
That's kind of the point.
You're going to a very important... we're going to do something with your hair. I will do my best to make sure that you don't hate it. Okay? Can we tie it back? Are you offended by a ponytail?
That's fine. You can tie it back.
Perfect. We will do that. We will tie it back because we will be expertly tying it back. When was the last time you put a brush through your hair?
He just does prestidigitation.
That's nope. See, that is called clean. That is not called detangled. I'm gonna have to ask you to go sit down once I finish with your measurements. So it kind of just starts going around you as well, getting your various measurements. And afterwards, just
betters. We both change our clothing designs, get Tim's, and then Valen and Irene bust through the door like what?
We both get Tim's.
90-pound Valen. Screaming what?
Oh my god. Okay, we are making our way. I'm gonna kind of skip the Nurja just because I want her to obviously have a say, and I'll talk with her what she wants to kind of do. But he goes to Kemen after that. All right, so with you, you same color scheme? Would you like the silver and the red first?
Valen's gonna actively translate as fast as he can.
Oh, okay. Like initially you see Kevin like, oh, this is very fast. Oh, okay. All right. Yo, he's talking that fast?
That's
what are you
yeah.
getting? What are you wearing?
Silver and dark colors and red liner.
And Tim's.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I mean, I think it's cool. I don't know. I don't know. Well, let's just keep it dark, I guess. Maybe red instead. Red and black. No, is that bad? I don't know. Black, red, gray. What do you think?
I like black, but he wouldn't let me.
Okay, cool. How about just red? Dark red? Is that gonna look weird?
I don't know. We'll ask him.
Okay. You see, I'm just kind of like listening and like, huh, what's good? Oh, okay. So dark. He likes dark. Well, red. I don't know if that would work with your complexion. You're gonna look a little too bright, probably. If you're looking for darker colors, probably we can even work with a darker shade of green and keep it silver as well. That way, the two of you are a little bit similar. He kind of starts rambling off. Not green like your skin, by the way. A very different shade. Just something that's a deeper color, perhaps. As you're kind of translating, you're Kevin like, sure, I guess. I don't know. That's
yeah,
fine.
I don't. Yep.
I will take boots though, because we normally kind of wear boots when we're around the field. So that's fine. And I don't know. That seems fine. Like as he's saying that, you hear, is he fine with earrings, necklaces, things like this?
He looks over to Kevin, who I assume has none of that in it.
No, he's not wearing it. No?
No.
The two of you know. Okay. We will once again work with his hair because the two of you at the very least seem to have fabulous hair. So we'll do that, okay?
Kevin, they're gonna do something to your hair. They're not gonna cut it. Just style it, I guess.
Style it? What do you mean style it?
I don't know. Like put it up or something. I imagine there's gonna be some braids involved.
Oh. Okay. Are you getting braids in here?
I hope not.
Okay. It's gonna happen to the two of us, right? So
we can make fun of each
fine.
other, yes.
Yeah, let's fine with that. All right.
Okay.
It's only for a night, right?
Yeah.
No?
We can discuss this later if that's okay with you.
Okay, sure, no problem.
Okay.
All right. It's kind of like, yes. And afterwards, he zips around him with the measuring tape again. Kind of tells him to sit down. Did we reach it? No, we didn't. I saw you contributing to the thing. I couldn't tell if it was reached or not.
We hit the 75% milestone.
That's what it was. Okay, so it's just doing the like, hey, just so you know, DM inspiration. We're almost there. I made that so high because we had so many things, and I was just trying to get some things. Anyway, the next time it's not going to be this high. I promise. I was just testing some stuff. But after that, he looks at the two Rusi and Treebender. I'll get to you last. He looks back at the pillows. Has Ryland moved at all?
I feel like he laid there for a minute and then just kind of like sunk into it and then maybe nodded off. I don't know if he did or not, but like when Kadrona started talking, like he was like, yeah, I want that too. Yeah. Well, I don't want the earrings right now, but maybe a shield.
Maybe not a shield. I need you to come out of the pillows now because I need to measure you and finish.
Is Rylan wise enough to not Misty Step? Because I feel like oh no, we can't do that anyways. Yeah,
You can try.
he'll reluctantly get out.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, perfect. So, you were seemingly overwhelmed. Do you need some tea? Do you need to relax a little bit? Are you okay?
This is it.
He does.
Actually, you think you can make this into a tea? He's gonna give one of the leaves, one of the flowers.
Oh no.
I don't know where this has been. Just kind of like puts it aside. We only collect the tea leaves from inside this palace, so that it is very curated and very much carefully.
Right,
chosen.
Fred's gonna pick it back up, try and put it back. If it doesn't go, he's gonna like carefully put it in his pocket to use later.
It does have to go back in your pocket as you put it in. It just kind of like falls out. I'll just put that
She's
away.
whispered to him, "I'm sorry. I thought he was gonna. I'm sorry. Thank you."
Oh boy.
Okay, are you feeling better?
This is a lot. We don't.
Sure it is, but I have a lot to do in a very short period of
People
time.
don't normally do this.
Mhm.
If you could
Yep.
put plants in it and cover my face and maybe give me a shield, I'll be happy.
Oh, that's a lot of stuff happening at the same time. I can give you some reference of plants. I don't think I can have you walk in with actual plants. Just so you know.
At least one rose. And
Carrying a pot.
he can use at least one rose, a carnation, or something. You know, it's generally not offensive to have at least one of those in your suit, right?
Okay. I can add some to maybe shoulder pads of some kind, a mantle of some kind, but not a full piece.
Rylan's gonna be like, I trust you know what you're doing, and I will do my best, but no face.
Can this mantle have steel incorporated into it?
No, this mantle cannot have steel incorporated into it. We can use some of our.
How about
regular-
iron? He's a very strong man. It wouldn't even affect
I
him.
know he's a very strong man, but it will look terrible, and they will know immediately. So, look, how about this? I will make you that mantle. You seem very concerned for your safety, which I understand. I don't think I can work in a shield. You want to cover your face, but we cannot do it overtly. It would have to be something that is a little less obvious and also something that is not magical. So with all that in consideration...
Steel?
No steel. Stop naming metals, please, for just a moment. If you don't mind, just... If you could stop that, I'd appreciate it.
I apologize on behalf of our crew. I understand that we are very difficult. I apologize. We are so accustomed to a life on the road that we're just not used to.
It's not that you're difficult, it's that I have hours to make all of these things, and I understand that you don't understand what is happening here, and I'm doing my best. But there are some times where I have to say no, and metal is a no. I apologize, but it cannot be done, at least not in this time. If you had come yesterday, perhaps we could have worked something in, but at the moment, we cannot. So,
What about like an ironwood?
did I not
Nice.
say stop asking about metals?
It's not metal, it's lumber.
I did. Iron was in the word. I just.
Who said he spell his name?
Oh yeah. Do you guys want to hear it
T-R-A-N-K-Y.
again? It's Gikonyo. If you guys want to try it.
Oh, you pronounced that way differently this time.
freaking way.
We'll get our guest
Give it-
spellings in for Gikonyo.
Let me hear it again.
Gikonyo.
That sounds like you're swearing in Spanish.
Konyo is Gikonyo is a Kikuyu name. I'm waiting for the guesses, and then I will. God, Maya, get out of here with your shit. Nenners, are we gonna get a guess from you?
No, absolutely not.
All right.
Ninners, I see what you did.
Is there supposed to be an apostrophe there or something, Flanny? Why is there a space?
I don't know. Get out of here.
Don't
Probably
get
an
mad at me.
apostrophe. I'm going with an apostrophe.
Okay, well you were close. There's no apostrophe. It's just that.
Damn it.
I sabotage plan. He put the idea of an apostrophe in his head.
I think you did. But yeah, that's how you say it. Okay. So I understand that you are stop aiming metals.
That's why I needed them.
Oh, no wonder.
I was curious a while back ago, but now I really needed it.
He's playing the long game.
I understand. Okay, so you are overwhelmed, and I understand that. We will work with some kind of mantle. If we have to cover your face, we're very limited in that regards. We either have very large hats or veils of some kind.
I just need this not to be seen, and he'll raise it up for a couple seconds and then like back down.
That's still just your face, so that is something that we would need to hide with
the markings.
The markings, right? We can cover it with makeup, if you prefer that.
That might.
I feel like Ryla's like, what's makeup? Never thought.
Well,
of
you
makeup.
would. Oh, yeah.
You would know.
Maybe not. He would know of makeup. He's not super familiar with it though. Like yeah, you would know of it. Your tribe doesn't use makeup, but you use like face paints enough to kind of understand what that means. Yeah. Okay, so maybe makeup instead. Okay.
You have limited time. Fine.
Okay.
No face.
Perfect. We'll do that. We will do that. Is there anything that you want to keep? And he's kind of like looking around at your armor, which has a lot of like your home kind of built into it, a lot of cultural things. Anything you want to keep from here? It looks like there's a decent amount of jewelry and accessories here that I can use.
He's gonna go off like a kid. And this one, I got this one on my quinceañera when I did the thingy, and then I got this one over here, and then this one was when I fell off my bike and hit my noggin, and Mom gave me this.
Limited on time.
Dad gave me this one.
Time limited.
Let him speak. Continue.
He just goes through like everything.
He's like entranced listening to you, and at the end, okay, I think I have it now. So you are a bit of a child, but you really love your friends, and you're very, very warm and friendly, and you're trying to protect everybody, and you have these sort of mannerisms about yourself, and you like to explore things, perhaps probably too much, and perhaps before you think about them. So I think with all these things in mind, at least in terms of your personality, we can work with that. I have an idea. We will keep the plants in because that definitely seems to be a thing with you. Do you want us to stick with green because you obviously love plants?
Big smile ear to ear.
Could you say that again? I'm sorry.
It's just a big smile ear to ear.
Perfect. Okay. A mantle with some plants in it. I warn you, these will not survive the night. It will simply be good for this outing that you have, but the plants will not last too long. Okay, so just understand that. We will work with this.
What if I water them?
If you wanted them, I can give you. We have some that grow in the palace, so you can take some if you'd like.
He's gonna produce. He still has the desert succulent sample. He's gonna produce them. With some of these guys.
I was actually thinking more of a leafy variety, like a flexible leaf, as opposed to a succulents are sturdy and not very flexible. They will crack and break, and we don't want you with cracked leaves as you're walking through this event.
Okay. All right.
Trust me, I understand. We will mimic succulents with some of your jewelry, I think, as well as the rest of your outfit. You can have belt with some of your succulents there as well. We can work with this. This is fine. Do you shoes? Heels flat? We can have a thick heel. It doesn't need to be, a point.
He's just gonna he's lifting up his foot, producing his boot, and this.
There's a little bit of height. That's fine. We can work with that. That is fine. The boots I see are up to the knee. Do you want something similar? Shorter? Longer?
Now he's lost again. He's like, I don't.
I think halfway up the calf is what we'll do. We will keep you with clothes that you can move in.
Yeah, like that. He's just kind of mumbling as he's
trying to answer. He just kind of starts going off where he's just okay, I still see movement in you as well. Keep that sort of childish nature about you. Maybe not as much movement as her, but you will also be a bit flowy, I suppose I will say. We'll have lots of billowing around you. Lots of green, we'll see. You also have these white blossoms on you that I very much like, so we can work that into some of the patterns as well. Okay. I think we have an idea. We're good. Let me measure you. You will have to bend down for me a couple times, but we can work with that, okay?
Okay.
He starts measuring you as well. And as per usual, anything that's uncomfortable, you tell me to stop. It's fine. I can do with what I have currently. But as he's sort of rambling, the parchment in the back is just kind of going bonkers, just like writing all the like any particular measurements that he says out loud, or any colors that he says out loud gets copied down. And then he looks towards the animals, Rusi and Treebender. Okay, so I've done dogs. I have done dogs.
Tailor, get the ladder.
Then I need this Tailor to get a ladder for sure. Guys, give me a boost. I can't measure your man's shoulders. It's ridiculous. Your dog. Is she comfortable with collars?
You can ask her. Hey, Rusi, are you comfortable with collars?
Huh? What's a collar?
It's that thing that goes around the neck.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Which form do you want to go in? Do you want to go in this form?
Remember? Sorry, go ahead. There was a moment though you do remember, like she says it out loud. She's kind of like at home, but you do remember like your home would often like make her kind of like flower necklaces almost to like go around her neck. So she's like, oh yeah, that's fine. We can do that. What were you saying?
Who's just gonna be like, is this the form you want to go? Do you want to go in as a pony or a mastiff? What form would you like to go in?
Or
I like this one the
those
best.
are your options.
Do you want me to go with something else?
Wait, I don't know if that would that even work?
If she's in the form before we go, yeah.
What if something at the gates forces her to change the form back to her basic build as she is now?
That's.
I kind of want to stay like this.
I kind of want to stay like that too.
If you want me to be something else, I can change.
Well, that's what you want.
I want this.
Okay.
Like her tail's
We can
going
work with
bonkers.
this. She said she's actually. Did you hear her?
Yes. The dog was talking in my head. That's correct, right?
Yes.
I heard that.
You can talk. Her name is Sarusi. You can call her Rusi for short.
Hello, Sarusi. It's very nice to meet you. And as he's saying this, Rusi's kind of like butting her nose into his hand, trying to get him to pet her. And he's like, I don't understand. Okay, here you go. Oh, this is. Does she shed?
Sometimes some of the leaves fall off, but they disappear after a little bit.
She sounds like the perfect dog.
She
You
is.
don't have to. With that, you see her kind of like standing up a little bit taller and her tail still going nuts, which is very much kind of throwing leaves about the room with each tail wag, but he's watching them disappear and is fascinating. Okay. I have limited time. Collar. She's fine with a collar from what I heard. But it sounded like a flower thing. I can do that. That's fine. We can have her with a collar. She's okay. Did you say you could turn her into a pony? Did I hear that?
She can, but she wants to be this form.
No. It's fine. I was just curious if she's been a
hold on.
pony before. She's comfortable with saddles? Does she understand? Does she know what that is? Do you know what a saddle? Can she hear me?
Yes.
Yes, what's happening here? Yes, I can hear you. What's a saddle? A saddle. No, I know what a saddle is. I know what a saddle. Saddles are fine. That's usually because someone has to ride me though. You hear him like, okay, not a saddle, but we can drape something on your back, kind of similar to a saddle. It's not meant for you to be ridden, but we can do that. That could be colorful patterns, something fun. Yes? Rusi just kind of looks at you. Okay, right? That's okay. That sounds fine.
You like what was that color you liked a lot?
What do you mean?
Was it cerulean, sapphire? I don't remember what it was called. It was a fancy color, and you picked it out, and that one lady was telling us about it.
You don't remember? She like pretends to be mad for like half a second before she just like grins again. It's like it's okay. Don't worry. It's fine. I'm not. It's okay. No, but I do like blues. Blues are pretty.
He's like trying to rattle off like random blue, cobalt blue. So we're like just fancy names for blues that he doesn't really care about. It's just like it's blue. It's a pretty blue.
Okay. I will make her a flower necklace with a blue saddle type design, something to drape over her sides and such. She will still be able to move and walk around. I'll give her plenty of clearance so she won't touch the ground.
Can that be the shield?
Oh.
No, it cannot be a shield. I will have to ask that talks of shields and medals are no longer had in this room. Is that agreeable for everybody? And if it's not, I don't care. Please stop talking about them. No shield. I will put this on her. He starts kind of measuring.
What if you
her.
had a collection of wooden parts that could be assembled into something?
No.
Maybe it's a tabletop that that is shield shapes.
You cannot bring a tabletop in as an accessory into a very, very important. I'm gonna have to ask you to stop talking, sir. I very much value you and everything you've done, but you please need to stop.
I'm not sure that's true, but okay.
Please sit down. I just puts his hands together and just turns around full body.
I just imagine going to a nice high class gala and bringing out your own fold out table and fold out chairs.
If they're like, "Oh, we don't have room for you, sir." "Oh, don't worry." Whips out a table.
Don't worry, I brought my own wine too.
Perfect.
What very large brooch. Oh my god, or brooch. Okay, but he measures her and then afterwards looks at Treebender, who looks very cautious at all of the pillows and such, and it looks like he's been thinking about sitting on them, but also is getting flashbacks of every time Valen has to start casting mending on things. So he's like, I should lay on that, but I shouldn't lay on that, but I should lay on that. So he's been staring at the pillows, and by the time Gikonyo gets to him, he's just, is it okay if I measure him?
He'll stand up again, and I think you'll need my help on this one. Treebender, buddy, he's going to be taking some measurements of you. So he's going to be taking this string around you, and just don't be alarmed. He's just doing his job. It shouldn't take very long.
Okay. It's the armor, but prettier, I guess.
Yeah.
They don't want us to have armor where we're going.
Pretty armor. Okay.
I don't think he's not taking that armor off. We'll discuss this later. But yes, if you don't mind.
I'm sorry. Did you say that your friend is going to walk in with the armor he's currently wearing?
I'm not sure if you noticed, but he's also got his natural weapons as well. I mean, we're kind of splitting hairs.
He does indeed. But if you bring a beast of war into a party like this,
technically, we talked about it earlier. He's not a beast.
That is true.
The Preventers are a delight to work with, and I'm honored to be in this room. I will take his measurements with your blessing. Everything's okay, yes?
He's not going to attack you. You're fine.
Okay, good. He starts starting with his measurements. Okay, he seems comfortable with a helmet. Can I make him a headdress of some kind?
You could stick some feathers in there if you want, but I think,
What do you mean stick some feathers in there?
I mean, you could decorate what he already has.
Oh, I see. So I have to work with his armor?
Yes.
Okay. Sure,
actually, wait, hold on. Time out. Does Valen know for sure that that's going to get compensated the second we walk in there? Okay.
Mostly because it's magical.
That's what we just got this. All right. Fine, you can. All right. When we need to do the fitting because he's very particular on what's comfortable and what's not.
That's what we are doing right now. So, oh, you mean for him to wear it before he goes?
Yes.
Okay. Well, if he's comfortable in what he's wearing now, I can work with that shape.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Well, I mean, you can give it a try, and we'll find out how he likes it.
We will give it a try. Okay. So he's wearing sort of browns. He's purple and blue. We can stick with the brown. Do you want him to be green as well? He seems to be a creature, not a beast. What is? He is a magnificent specimen of nature. I will make something that perhaps mimics that and shows that off. We can polish his beak, maybe, if you would like him to look particularly nice.
Ryland's just imagining someone trying to polish his
I
paint.
would
Yeah.
not suggest that.
I don't think that's a good idea, personally.
He's-
But
Okay.
His name is Treebender.
His
He's
name
named after the action.
is Treebender. He. I don't. Trees don't bend. They break. Don't like. I mean,
they do bend.
He's very strong.
It's about application of force and where you apply said force, but you can get it to bend.
I'm going to need you to still stop talking. Thank you for your translations. Okay, so I will make
Tell you what,
the-
maybe you should clean the beak.
Dalen? No.
There's just a moment where like he turns and like holds his finger up and is just okay. So measurements are done. I have an idea of what I'm going to be doing for him. I have a lot of work to do in a very short period of time, so we're going to get started on everything. Measurements are, like I said, are done. We will handle this as we go. I will obviously need you back here an hour before the party so that we can get you ready to go. Okay?
About approximately what time would that be?
Likely 6 or 6:30 p.m. tonight.
All right, we need to write that down so we'll never be here on time. You got that, guys?
Why don't we
It's
shoot
barely
for 5?
reasonable.
Maybe 5 p.m. Maybe 5:30 tonight.
I thought it was
Tonight?
tomorrow night.
Tonight.
The ball's tomorrow.
You guys had an 8-hour rest, remember? And it was like 5 a.m.
Yeah, but this is
You guys-
Thursday.
Wait, hold on. I'm sorry. Did I skip you guys ahead of day?
You absolutely did.
Okay. Wait, did I? Hold on. Weren't you guys on Thursday yesterday? And that was why like the timing issue was such a
The
big
timing
deal?
was it was Thursday morning, right? So like
It's Thursday morning.
it's still
Okay.
Thursday day.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Yeah.
So yes, you
Yeah,
are in
'cause
Thursday. So this would be for tomorrow.
That's why we were gonna
Yeah.
go to the desert to fuck up the bow bitch and then come back and then just slide and safe into the thing with
Slide
battle
and
scars.
okay. No, you guys are right. Thank you very much for getting us back on track. Okay.
Does
So-
this mean we get the shield?
Oh,
I'm not gonna shield. No. We'll do what we can. So tomorrow, 5:30, let's say p.m. Hopefully, assuming that you will be late. Yes.
How about-
don't die. Please don't die.
oh.
Assuming we're not in something else, we can get here by 6. That shouldn't be a problem.
Let's shoot for 5:30. Okay, just in case. Extra time is not bad. I have to make up this whole giant man's face and do a lot of other things. If you can, 5:30 would be great.
I'm
6
only
is fine.
half giant.
I apologize.
No apologies.
All right, 5:30 is
Can
fine.
you please stop tormenting this poor fellow?
No torment at all. Okay, I believe I'm done. You may carry on about your day or stay here for a little bit if you would like. But I need to get to work. Komethi. Like you see him just like frazzled,
Okay.
turn around and like collect the giant parchment. And while this is happening, I think this is probably a good time to take our break because we got all that out of the way. So we're gonna run to our break. We got some laundry to pick up from downstairs and some other
Oh,
things. we gotta
boy.
do. So we'll be back in a little bit. As per usual, I love you guys, and we'll be back.
See you soon.
Comes back. Okay, we're back. Hello. Some of us have gotten snacks. Then there's eating a delicious soup.
Already done.
There's a cat on Flandy's lap who's really loving some face rubs. This particular angle is just hilarious because Flandy's like super flattened out, and I love it, and it's amazing. It seems the poor women of our group are not feeling great. Maya's taking a tiny break from us, probably, because she's not feeling wonderful. But we love her, and we hope she feels better. But yeah, we're gonna carry on with the rest of tonight. The group had just been fitted by a tailor who was happier with some than he was with others. But all of that, I have to say, I did love Valen just being like, you know what, polishes beak. That's the go for it. I give a shit. That was hilarious. So after that, we're gonna pick up with the group. You guys are still, pardon me, I just fucking bapped the shit out of my table. I'm sorry. We're gonna pick up with the group who are still in that room, but it's probably like a few minutes after he was kind of like, okay, I'm done, and is kind of rushing in between the room and with the parchment in and out, sort of. Every now and then you'll see him kind of like step out with a sketchbook and like stare at one of you and start kind of like sketching something out and then going back into the other room again, and which again is kind of separated by curtains. But after a little bit, you hear a kind of familiar feminine voice towards the door. So well, actually, you know what? I'm not gonna ask, but hello, I got him. And you see the princess in the doorway, kind of motioning towards her side, as off the cat goes. That's enough. I just like the hands up, like you are free, my son. Just runs away.
He does the like.
I love your cat so much. But towards the doorway, you see Wangari there. But as she kind of moves to the side, you see the tall human stature, excuse me, of Garai kind of in the doorway, just sort of raising a hand. You asked for me?
How you feeling?
Better. Thanks for asking. And as he's saying that, one guy just kind of pushes him in. Just go say hi to them. I'll escort you back to your room when you're done. I'll get going again, though. Good luck, guys. And then she kind of darts off behind the wall, which you see him kind of like, oh, all right. No, it's been better. I've heard you guys have been really pretty busy.
Yeah, that's a bit of a understatement, but in respect to your time, we may be going after your previous assailant, and thought it was only right that we ask if you'd be interested in being involved.
Yeah. Did you hear anything lately?
Regarding him specifically, no, but one of his assigned hired killers tried to kill our cleric last night, and that kind of lit a fire under the rest of us.
Yeah, looks like you guys made it all right, though. So that's good. No, I want to help however I can. I can't best him in battle, but maybe another body will help.
That's my idea.
If he wants to practice, we're going after a group of slavers, probably here in a couple minutes.
Oh, I've been getting some practice here. The kings have kind of made it an effort to have me spend some time with some of the others that you have kept safe. The family, specifically the kids and the parents. We've been taking some time to get to know each other, and they seem sweet, but we've been safe here, and they've been nice enough to let us have extracurricular activities, which has been helping me remember a little bit more of my training. It's been a while, but I mean, look, guard duty isn't very active, so for the most part, you don't need to keep all your senses sharp. But But you didn't hear anything?
No. Should we have?
Is anything pinging for Ryland, like based off of the way he's asking, the way things are going on, like reading him, like?
You can give me an insight check as to like how he's saying it and like what you can get from that, I guess.
Is that one of your heretical smoothie bowls? You get out of here.
It's not.
Have the damn smoothie.
It's not. Also, I had one for breakfast. So fuck you, Ned. I love you. Oh my god. Poor Flandy.
The face says it all, folks.
Yep. 100%.
That wasn't much better. It was a 3 on the go dice.
Ooh, yeah, so it's not a good time right now for Flandy. You're trying to read his face, but there's a lot going on. And the other thing is, at the moment, Valen is asking a decent amount of questions. So part of you's like, what's he saying? Oh, that's a good question. Yeah, I should have asked that. Good job. Like, just kind of derails you so you don't get to kind of like read too much of him, unfortunately. But after he says that and kind of waits for a response, you see him kind of follow up. I know you said you heard something the night I was attacked, right?
Yes, violin playing. Rather well, if I'm going to be honest, but yes, violin music.
Pretty sure I heard that a little while ago.
As in today?
Probably in the last, I don't know, maybe 12 hours ago or something. Something like that.
12 hours ago. Does that line up with the assassination time?
For Kodrono?
Yeah.
Negative. It's before that.
Would we have still been in the village then?
Yes.
Fuck.
We weren't here.
Sorry,
Like,
that was just funny.
at this location. We were thousands of miles away, so let's not.
I don't know exactly what that means.
Hi, Nubs. Hello.
I can't see the screen right now. It's
Hi,
just
buddy.
Cat. Okay, off he goes. He's getting more brave with my setup because before he was like, "What's happening?" and then he'd leave. But now he's like, "Let me just take a look. What you got?" But Garai continues. If that means what happened to me is happening again, then I guess we'll hear about it soon, right? Someone found me eventually.
He looks to his teammates. Maybe we should speed up our timeline.
So are we back on hunting him in the mysterious spot in the desert, or are we taking care of the owlbear ring?
Hold on. Wait a minute. What if we could fight him here?
In the
You know what I'm
palace?
saying? Not in the palace.
Where
We were
you-
gonna fight him
you
outside
don't
of his lair.
Know how to do magic here?
Clearly not in the palace. But if we could fight him in the city,
I'm sorry, just your frustration cracked me up.
if we could fight him in the city,
where there's casualties.
there's gonna be one anyway. And perhaps we can live up to our namesake and prevent that particular one. My point being, though, if his stronghold was a problem for us, it's not if he's not there. We need to find out who he's going after, if he hasn't already done it yet.
Did he say the bow dude was the one who took him out initially?
Garai?
Yeah.
Yeah. He knows very much that it was him.
Have you had any refreshed memories on perhaps tactics or things we can use against him? We haven't found anything to disrupt some of his abilities yet, but
I think the only sorry.
We've only uncovered a little bit.
To be honest, I didn't have much time before he got me.
He got me.
I think my reflexes are decent, but I attempted to parry one of his shots, and I think you saw it permanently damaged my magic weapon. So that was alarming. On top of it, I think he obviously knew he wouldn't struggle too much and took his time. Shot me a few times, but only in places that would keep me from running or making noises.
He was very
After that,
specific.
bit of a blur.
Let's get this son of a bitch. I have the same spell that I used to find Kemen. I can attune it to him. And if he's in the city, with a little bit of help, we might be able to isolate where he is.
I know I'm one person, but he did attack me and was off his, I don't know, whatever you were saying, his lair. At least I don't think my home is his lair. And he seemed to have no problem.
Well, he fights the six of us. We'll see. All right. How? This is. I actually don't feel guilty asking you this because Foos cheeses me all the time.
Let's go. Let's go.
How many square miles is Kamatha Kimene?
Oh my fucking god! All right, hold on. You.
Yeah, Dubs likes it. Let's go.
Let's see. According to the map
God.
here, it is
Planning to get the fuck out.
210 feet by
Oh my god.
160.
By
Oh
160.
my god.
Okay, so I can cast a spell and know everything
Mhm,
in
yeah.
terms of location instantly. We don't have to move
If
it
you
all.
want, if you want in box format, that's at least 80 square feet.
8 square feet. Okay, got it.
80,
Oh my
yeah.
God.
Across the side here, it's we're getting into
Square feet is rough. Hold on, I'm looking up
Square
some
miles.
like
Square
goofy
miles.
shit.
I'm
Square
not-
miles.
Square miles, please.
Okay, hold on.
I'll do the math. I'll do the hard math for you. Just give me the big math.
No, you're gonna give me the big math.
Yeah.
Hold on one second. Let me see.
big maths.
Big maths.
Is that a natural one?
You're just now seeing that?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That was so long ago.
The die rolled across my screen. I don't know why.
It's probably because you just
Oh
clicked
my
into
God.
it or something. You were probably off of it and it didn't load the
Yeah.
information.
Square miles. It's probably a good. Just me trying to like think it out and like just the sizes and sizing of it. That seems big. Probably a good. Just making sure this makes sense in my head. Pardon me. Not a ton.
Foos,
I don't
take your
know.
time. It's
What's
not.
No, you're
Yeah.
good. It's fine. It's just trying to think it out. The miles is what's getting me because it's like I didn't take the time to do this in miles. I know the general size and shape of it and all that, but you know, I'm trying to figure it out.
It's a standard
Hold on.
unit of measure in the United States. Foos, get out.
It is, Nanners. I know what a mile is. How dare you?
It's a mile.
What is a mile indeed? By a country mile.
We talking alcohol? We talking country? What kind of mile we talking about here?
Oh my goodness. Is
Nautical
maybe, like,
miles.
yeah, I don't know. Hold on, I'm also just thinking about it. Are you doing this in terms of like seeing how much of the city you could like sweep by if based on your spell?
No,
it's-
never. Why would I ever? Yeah, no, yeah, absolutely. Because I can do 1,000 feet, which is roughly a little bit less than 20, like 20% of a mile, because it's what 5280 feet in a mile. If I just float around a little bit, you know, if it's like 4 square miles, it won't take me all that long to figure it out. And so I can concentrate for an hour. If I just do like the center ring of the city, you know what I mean? And like use that circumference
go outwards
to kind of math this shit out. Or use
we
very
already did
specific
that
pattern.
before.
We did. That's what we're going to do again. But we're going to look for him and then The idea is to come back, however. So
To come back where? To where you are?
To wherever these guys
To
are.
the palace where we're
Yeah.
gonna fight him.
Right,
Mm-mm.
but the idea is that when Bertie Ryland sees him, hopefully we don't attack again. But
Oh, okay. I see what you mean. I would say you'd probably know that you could probably, considering your tactics, find him within 3 casts of your spell. If it's a minute each, and that's
it's an hour.
Oh, it's an hour? Oh
Yeah.
no, I think you could. Yeah, you within that timeline, you could probably find him. So
Okay.
find a ping somewhere, unless he's hilariously up or down.
Okay.
Which down is definitely an option.
So he's the baby. All right, we're gonna.
He's hanging out with the Tarask.
Oh no.
Yep, he is.
So if we go in concentric, so my idea is maybe we cast 2 spells, right? One to find him. If he's not in the city, then we find Budai. If we find Budai, I do
So are
have
we
that.
going to try and find both or either?
We already know one place we can more likely than not find him. It's just a matter of getting there. And then getting back.
Yeah, if he's here, I'd rather fight him here. We could save a life and not deal with his.
Yes,
layer.
unless he takes any citizen in the city and uses them as a potential, what's the term?
Hostage.
Bad guy term. Yeah, that's the word.
I
That was
can.
blended
I
out.
mean, if I can cast freely, then that's not an issue.
Ryland's like just thinking of we had the Oni with hostages, and it was quite stressful just getting him to safety.
Understood, but we weren't here. I could turn his hostage into a mammoth.
Well, need I remind you when you did show up, there was an explosion that hit all 3 of us that were there?
In my defense, I was an eagle. So you can't blame that one on me. However,
Noted, so I get to use that one in the future as well, and the past.
I didn't cause any damage to anybody.
But we are the preventers, and we caused that damage.
We
To
also mended it.
ourselves.
But you were fine.
I just if I may, Garai
Sure.
kind of speaks up. Are you planning on going after them right now?
If it's an option, yes.
Okay. Obviously, I'd like to help, but if it's an option, okay.
Can sending reach inside the palace, or is it shunted?
You did ask the kings before because you're like, can I cast sending to you? And Mytho basically told you like he controls the wards, so he can kind of like filter yours through essentially. And you know that's specifically for the kings, but most likely the whole palace is likely warded, unless you kind of had previous, almost not written explanation of it, but otherwise you probably will get blocked, most likely.
Tell you what, Garai, I will send you a message magically, or try to. I'll see if I can get permission to do so. If we can do that, then I can at least let you know what's going on, and perhaps arrange a rendezvous where we can go as a group to go confront him. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I'd like that.
Okay, great. You mentioned your weapon was damaged. Did you get that fixed yet?
They gave me another one, actually. And he kind of reaches down to his sword and unsheathes one that very much looks like city made. His previous one looked likely from his previous job in Waterdeep, but this one has a certain sort of curve to it, almost to the point where it's a scimitar, but it's still not. It resembles the shape, but remains a long sword. And as he kind of like takes it out, you can see that the hilt is sort of curved and golden, and it looks beautiful. But as he's holding it, looks a little nicer than I would have gotten myself. But it's a beautifully well-made blade, and I believe it might be a little bit better than my previous one. They were kind enough to give me another, so I have this at least.
Excellent. All right, sir. Well, I'm glad you're on the mend and that you seem to be mentally much better as well.
Yeah, they tried to make sure I was seeking various different kinds of therapy, whether that is physical or mental. So I think it's mostly helping.
Good. Maybe we can get you some vengeance on top of that.
If
not today, then we're looking for a more concentrated effort next week.
All right. I'll be ready either way. Just let me know.
Absolutely. Thank you for your time.
Sure. No problem. Hold on one second. Pardon me. I'm just looking at something really quick.
All right. So do I burn a bunch of 4th level slots looking for this mofo?
Okay. Yeah, never mind. All right. So I guess I'll wait to hear your call, but it was good to see you again. And I hope what I heard doesn't mean what we think it means.
What? Did anybody else? Sorry, good.
That must mean she knows he's alive, right?
Great.
Possibly.
Did anybody else in the group hear it? The family?
No. I didn't want to scare them, but nobody seemed
Brought
to hear
it up.
anything.
He's safe here, which I'm glad.
I don't intend on living my life here, but I am in good hands. Everything is fine. I am not going to speak ill of my life being back in whatever form it might be. I'm lucky enough to be breathing and have a new sword and have people who are taking care of me. So I get that this is a privilege not many people get, and I will not squander it. But if I can help, I'll be the first person there.
Glad to hear it. Yeah, like I said, we needed some more information. We could just figure out who the hell he's going after. All right, what would...
People whose names start with K.
He's going after me.
No, Garai doesn't start with a K. Neither does Valen.
He's going after Maya.
They're silent.
Yep. So silent Ks. All right. You're not a Uriana worshiper, correct?
No.
All right.
I do believe he had something to do with my previous ties, though.
Right. Are you ready to talk about that, or I remember you weren't earlier, which is totally fine.
It's not that I wasn't ready, it's that some things can't be said aloud.
We're in a fairly warded place. I'd be impressed if anything got out of here. Look, if you're not comfortable, it's fine.
Would it help if I make... Hold on, can I make a magic circle? No, I cannot. Just kidding.
Would it help if I... Never mind.
It's also like an hour cast time, I think.
Isn't it? It's long. Yeah, it is long,
long.
right?
It's real long. It's 1 minute.
It's 1 minute.
minute.
Okay, that's not bad.
It lasts an hour.
That's
It's
what
not
it is,
like...
yeah.
Yeah, it's not horribly OP.
Yeah.
It does some awesome things, but there are easy ways around it, basically. Especially something of that power level.
What do you remember of what I told you?
I remember you saying that simply by saying the V dot, something bad would happen, more or less. That you used to work for this department, we'll call it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of what led to the...
Wait a minute. Maybe he's tied to the slavers being here.
The slavers being here?
We call them the slavers. The criminal underground elements. They kidnap animals. They force them to fight. There's like an underground fighting ring, the bazaar, goods, that kind of stuff.
And you've seen them in the city?
Yes, and they're here now. We're actually going to go do that until you told us that this might be 2 birds with 1 stone.
It might be a lot.
I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. The last time we went in there, it was rough. No, we weren't at full strength, but
We also weren't all together.
we weren't all together. And if I'm again going to be honest with you, we're not planning on leaving many of them alive, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. No, that's a good plan. I don't know about any animal slavers of any kind. It might be in conjunction with VV. They had their hands in a lot of pots, and I remember hearing rumors about underground dwellings, even in Waterdeep. So maybe it's something similar.
We found a dead Waterdeep native here who was a victim of the whole slave trade, like whatever you want to call them, underground.
They were arenas, yes, but
Yeah.
with people, humans.
Oh, they have both.
Okay, never heard of that. That's
They
good.
took our tree bender.
Yeah.
We had to get him back.
And you did.
The main lady looked kind of like
As he's
cat
describing it,
lady
he's
with-
doing he's doing
He's describing it way better than Flandy is because he's trying to remember her picture from
minor image. It's the furry face lady. Yeah, and then you're getting mirror image.
mirror imaged.
Mirror image. And by mirror image, I mean minor image.
It's just 4 valence.
She looked like this.
It's me. Oh no.
Roll for initiative.
You met her.
Yes. Can I confess something to you?
Sure.
I might have her boyfriend in my bag right now.
Okay. So time to be a little honest about some things.
Excellent. Let's get it all out.
That's Zandala. And if you have her boyfriend in your bag, that's Maliel.
Correct.
Okay. They often dealt with target acquisition for different purposes.
Yes.
And often I was sent as a scout to find out what targets they needed.
Okay.
Or deem whether targets are targetable, I suppose.
All right.
I only didn't do many jobs under them specifically, but I did one. And I do remember them specifically. Oh boy. She is not going to be happy about that, I imagine.
Well, the plan was to bait her out by offering to give the body back, and in exchange, they have some gems that we want. But I
Oh,
think
this is a lot. Okay.
yeah, there's a lot to take in. So, up to you. It might be smarter to go this route and kind of beat our way in if you want. I mean, we could also maybe bait them out in another way if you want to be more tactical about it. But we have blood in the game. Either way.
I think she's going to try and make sure that she does too. She's rash and emotional, and if she's had time to when did you kill him?
3-4 days ago.
Nah, it wasn't that long ago.
It's like 2 days ago, I think.
I was say in game time it was like the other night.
Yeah.
No, not the other night, but yeah, like 2 days ago. So if she's had this time to stew, you are not going to be dealing with a rational person. can promise you that.
So fighting we go.
I could. All right. What if I contacted her, let her know I know her troop is in town, and that it's in her best interest to come see me?
I also want to mention, I didn't always work for VV. And I was kind of forced into it in different ways. Of course, I probably could have found a creative solution to get myself out, but it was just easier to hope a job or two would be it, and then I'd be done. But in that time, I did get to see them expand. I think, at least. The people that I worked with weren't originally V.V, but it seemed like they had new management, so to speak. And that was VV. And I think Zandala and Maliel have been with them since the start. So you might be dealing with two of the, I don't want to say founders, but at least original, or at least closer to the original than most of the others you'll run into. I think there's a good amount of people who actually don't exactly know what they're working for. And just think they're part of an underground ring or whatever.
I think you've kind of solidified our plan here. So what do you say? You want to atone for some sins?
Yeah. I'm ready when you guys are.
Kind of looks over the crew. Do we need anything else to prepare?
We
We have a couple of errands to run, obviously, but after that.
Are we still stopping by Roots and Dust, or we just go on that right now?
I love
you ready for
Riley.
vengeance? Can we still go plant shopping?
Guys, I think I can heal us.
Oh my god.
I gotta steep a tea, and I gotta mash some of these plants together.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, we have to put a couple things in motion regardless, so I think that's not a bad idea. Now, Garai, in your opinion, would it be a wise idea to involve the guards in any way?
No.
Okay.
Most guards are regularly trained, and I think the Kings do a relatively good job of making sure they're capable of most situations, but this is not most situations. And I thought myself a pretty decent warrior before I ran into my assassin. And if they have the capabilities of that, it sounds as though you jumped in a situation where they weren't ready for you, which sounds like that was very much in your favor.
It was mutual to a degree, but yeah.
Yeah, that's I wonder if a part of them has gotten a little arrogant. To have first comers, I suppose, see either of them, Maliello or Zandala, is a little surprising.
Well, we posed as buyers, so that probably helped.
Still, that's unusual that they saw you. I mean, I think it kind of worked out, but I'm not sure why that would happen. Yeah, no, I can help out. Are you leaving soon?
We're going to leave right now. I mean, do you need to collect your things?
Yeah. Let me grab a few things.
We'll be here.
All right. He turns to leave. Is that you spelling Maliel? Jeez! I was on a different tab. I was looking at something else. I didn't see that at all. My God, Flandy.
Wow.
What in the
My
hell?
hello.
Good God. Does anyone actually have... I feel like I spelled his name out for you guys before.
You did. I wasn't there for it because I was on
Okay.
the other side of the city, so I didn't write it down.
I promise you it's much simpler than you imagine.
I know it is.
Okay.
How do you spell Zandala? Did I spell that right?
Drop the H and you got it.
Damn it.
Chapo the Beto.
Troppo rapito.
Drop the
Okay, so you guys are getting ready to head on out.
Whoop some monkey ass.
He's gonna get a few things and then meet you guys. But considering that we have a Maya down and our Nirja player isn't here, it might be a good idea to stop a little earlier.
No, what?
Can I have her spell slots?
You
Maya-
can't.
Maya
They don't-
came back a whole 10 minutes ago and announced as much.
She did. She absolutely did. Also, plants.
Did you say it in chat?
No, she said it in the
Also,
voice.
plants.
I genuinely did not hear her.
There was some over talking going.
My homie
Okay.
is real passionate about his plants. Can we hear him out?
He's so passionate about his plants. Good God.
I gotta.
Alright.
He's gonna try and make a potion or two. I don't know how he's got to use his herbalism kit.
If you
Comes out
blow
real
up
hard
Valen's
to do a
study,
couple
he's
things.
gonna be real mad.
Your study, which has turned into the group bedroom, by the
Yeah.
way. Oh my goodness.
It could
all
have
right,
been
you
the
guys
plant
good?
room.
Are you guys good for a little bit more, or do you want to end?
Well, I
it
don't.
early?
I mean, I guess
I
we
don't wanna
could go
speak
to
for the entire people.
the plant place because I don't think.
Okay.
Also, then
That's
we need
fine.
to get we need to get Irene Igu, right?
Aigu?
Yeah,
Oh,
for the-
juicy.
Oh, I thought.
Yeah.
Did we do that?
Wasn't it like
I
ointment
imagine we
or
would have done that at it.
Yeah, that would have been a
Yeah.
Kadugu thing.
Okay,
Which is fine.
but she
we can
doesn't have
just
the
say,
chalk
like,
either. All right, man. I guess just borrow my components. All right, no, it's cool. It's cool. It's cool.
I thought we were buying out
will-
of Kruger's.
You guys can. We will have you guys narratively swing by Kadugu's again and be like, "My bad, we forgot some shit."
Yeah.
So it is the components are like the price that they are. So just mark off whatever gold you need for that, and then Maya, you will have those components. But just double check the price and make sure you can pay for it.
I'm gonna
Maya,
pick
who
up an
is
extra
Maya?
magic chalk just because I've been using it a lot. So
Okay, so go
Okay.
ahead and
yeah.
Every
can
time
mark
we
that
talk
off as
about this
well.
chalk, all I can think about is chalk sound.
What's the total cost documented?
It should be in the spells if you check True Seeing and
Yeah, look at your
Teleportation
components
Circle.
for it.
Um,
I'm just gonna say a hundo. All right. Boy, we are personally putting Kurugu's kids and grandkids through college right now. All right, so and American college too. None of that Euro stuff. Where
Well,
it's $3
Oh,
grand
yeah.
per
we
year.
know her younger family is currently in a different situation and not going to either of those schools.
all right, so the true
Thanks for
seeing
bringing
just
us down.
costs, the true seeing boot just costs 25. I'm already gonna document that.
Yeah, so it's 25 and 50 for the gold or for the chalk, if I remember correctly. Unless, Valen, are you picking up both chalks? Because I think I heard you say 100. Or are you just picking up two?
Yeah,
more
I'm
for
picking up
yourself?
2 chalks. Yeah, 2
Oh, for yourself.
for
Okay.
me. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
So
Maya,
we're-
you
I mean,
need-
if she needs it, obviously he'll share. But
Of course,
he's
of
Just
course.
buy your chalk so you can get to. So you're not spending on that.
Oh, it's all good. He's
No, it's fine. I already put the money in. So
okay.
Oh, thank you.
I was just gonna beat it out of the slayers, but I mean, but yeah, we can totally.
It's gonna be fine. Don't worry
Yep.
about it. All right. So you drop by them, and then next on your list of things was, I believe, Roots and Dose, and then Mukami's. So we can head over to Roots and Dose if you guys
We've
are
been
ready.
shopping for days.
Yeah, I know. And that's why I'm saying, like, if you want for brevity, we could just be like, I'm gonna get this and this and that. We'll mark it off, and then you can keep going, so you don't have to. I mean, obviously, I don't mind role playing it, but if you guys just want to be like, let me just get the thing and we can go, that's fine too. So, what are you looking
I
for?
need
When
some combat, all right? We're getting damn close.
you want some combat? Don't worry, I can fix that up
I
for
want some predetermined on our terms combat foods. Get the hell out of
you.
here.
Our terms. We are ready for this shit. No,
I
yeah,
don't
hear
need
you, I
no
hear you.
Oni bitches hopping in here in the middle of nowhere with fucking.
You said you wanted
captains
combat.
and- No.
I can give you combat right now. Anyway, no, you're good. So what are you getting from Roots and Dose?
So he would just kind of show up. Hello, how's it going? Oh my god, your
Yep.
plans have been great. They've been all amazing. Oh yeah,
So nice
the
to see
house
you
is
again. Thanks for
beautiful.
coming.
Yeah, oh yeah. I've been working on trying to learn how to use my herbalism kit a little bit better. And I'd be getting notes and stuff, and I never was really taught. Maybe I was, but I didn't pay attention in that class. But I was told that these things could potentially help me make some things that might help us in the environment here. I don't know if that means it's going to like heal us or if it's just going to make us less thirsty or what all. But these are my notes so far, and he's going to kind of like slide them across the table and go through them and be like, I have some of these. I haven't seen any of these out here. I was told that these could help with this and maybe like painkillers, hydration, maybe a little bit of healing. But this is what I got. Also,
well, good for you. Lucky for you, we have many of these things here, and not all of them, but most of them. So hold on, give me a second.
And she kind of starts like pulling out most of your ingredients. She does actually kind of run you through the painkiller, which winds up kind of coming in two forms, some kind of powder and some kind of salve. Are you okay? Are you like
writing down
your shit? Yeah. But she winds up making probably a powder. Dubs is yelling at his son because he jumped down into a tiny space and he's like, "Are you gonna be able to get out? Are you gonna get stuck?" But this Roots and Dose, she kind of speaks to you and is like, "Okay, so we can make the powder and the salve, and for both of them, I think you wind up getting about 5 uses per. And what it does is it's a slight sort of numbing component. So if something kind of obviously hurts, you can kind of rub it on the wound. However, if it's sort of like internal, if it's kind of like a headache of some kind, she was showing you how you can kind of compress the powder into basically like a tablet shape, and she shows you how to like wrap it up in a leaf, and you can just sort of like take that almost like a like a pill in a way. So you get 5 uses of each, the salve and the powder. And then the cactus one, if I remember correctly, was that part of the healing as well?
I have written down some. Damn it! I
Double
keep
check.
losing this page.
Yeah, I know. I want to make sure. I don't want to pull up my notes because I'm lazy. So if you have your notes accurate, then that would help me out.
Doo 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 boo boo doo 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 doo. Oh, where the fuck was it? How do I keep losing it? Nope.
Yeah, Mark posted the Nubs emote. Yeah, exactly. Nubs is out. Nubs is being a little explorer right now, and I think Dubs is worried he's gonna get stuck.
Adorable.
Yeah.
I love this book, but sometimes it is not helpful.
I know. Sometimes the pages make it kind of hard.
There it is.
More succulent healing. That sounds so weird. Hey, baby, I'm gonna give you some succulent healing.
Hey, baby, you want some succulent healing?
I have herbalism kit,
Get away from
rain or
me!
fog, foraging, hydration,
That's the
painkillers,
correct
and
response.
healing.
Sorry.
The Saurus in the desert, I think was under the healing portion, and then I have like just general ingredients of 2 cactus, 1 shrub, 1 rain mist or fog, and then 1 tall grass / weed.
Did you say
Oh my
one
God.
rain, Mr. Fogg?
All
Yep.
right, give me a nature
part.
check. She's gonna kind of run through some of the other ingredients with you and see what you can make out of it.
Nature.
Oh, he's got a big dust
check.
thing hanging from his chest or his whisker. There you go.
That's a strong 14.
Did you hear the
in the
scream?
background. It's hard not to.
He
It's
just
great.
he just dumped a bunch of the treats on his leg, and then Nubs is like, "Do you guys have treats?" There's chaos in the background here, but everything's fine.
Nice.
We're professionals. But that's not a terrible roll for that. So in the other ingredients, the sort of like tall grasses and such, she does hand those over to you, but she's not entirely sure what you're trying to make. But she kind of hands it to you in the sense of like,
Okay, well, try to experiment with them. This will be a good way to kind of like figure out where your skills are and what kind of works and where you can kind of use these ingredients for other things. Because I can think of a few things, but I think this is a good way for you to test. Yeah?
Yeah. I like that.
Okay, good. So I'll give you enough of these to do at least 3 or 4 tests on them so you can see where that'll help or where it might not help. And for the last part, these, and she kind of like pulls out some of the succulent leaves, are not guaranteed, but they are known to kind of help the healing process a little bit. But it is kind of an interesting thing. It's a burst essentially. So what you do is you kind of spread it across their chest. Again, this kind of comes and she kind of like peels a succulent leaf apart. And it's kind of like aloe where you get like this just kind of clearish goo, except this one's like a little greenish. Hello, Hubin. How's it going?
Thank you. They say hello. He said hello.
He just runs off. Yeah.
Hi, yo.
What'd you say? Oh, yeah, I guess so. But as she's explaining this to you, so this, if you rub it on their chest for the most part, it can kind of, it'll seep in, and the initial absorption of the skin is kind of what helps kind of stabilize in a way. Whoever is under duress or pain or stress, it can also work for sort of mental stress as well. So just keep that in mind. And
it looks
you kind of just through your testing and also like your nature, and as she's explaining this, you kind of get the idea applied directly to the forehead. You get the idea that this might be sort of like almost Goodberry-esque in that it might heal for like 1 hit point, or perhaps if someone is like really bad, it might stabilize them in some way. This Nub's walking behind Tubbs' head. But it does need to be used in a timely manner. He went right back. No, it's okay. Why not? It's okay. But yeah, so she gives you this succulent, essentially like goo almost. She gives you probably enough uses for 2 in a jar, and then she gives you a fresh leaf where you can cultivate 1 use yourself.
So, what do we call this? We call this stabilization goo.
Stabilization goo. I was gonna, you know what? Give me another nature check to see if Ryland remembers what this should be called, or if you're just gonna call it stabilization goo. It's stabilization goo, baby.
Oh, come on. That's a good roll. So rude.
That's a 10.
It's a 14. It's so strong.
I know. Okay. He's getting a lot of information in a very short period of time. So I was going to say this particular one is like, didn't quite stick.
All right. So we got 2 uses of stabilization goo. And 1 set of materials to try on my own. 3 to 4 tests for the powder/solve. For the painkillers.
Salve. It's a salve.
It's Sav. It's okay. He can call whatever he wants.
Nope. Okay.
Yeah, and then you don't have your own weird words thing. Fuck you. That's my thing.
Oh my goodness.
Love you, brother. The other thing he's going to talk about is the dragon. No, tiger lilies. Tiger lilies. And ask her if she's ever seen one that's had 5 instead of 6 leaves, and talk about how he was told to maybe try a tea, maybe something else, and see if she has any insight.
We can try a tea. Would you like to try a tea? We can make a tea out of it.
I was actually going to try a tea earlier, but they yelled at me. They said it was dirty.
Oh. Okay. I mean out of the petals, not the leaves.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we can try that. I can make one for you right now.
Can I watch?
Sure.
Actually, can I do it? Can you show me how to do it?
Okay, sure. No problem.
Give me another nature check. This is trying to see.
No.
You can give it to me with your herbalism kit. I don't know if that's better for you, if that number is.
I think I have proficiency in it, so.
You should have proficiency in it. I'm pretty sure we gave it to you. But...
it's broke as fuck because it just has question marks. Let me fix that real quick.
Okay,
it says proficient. Oh, attribute.
Put the attribute as wisdom.
Oh no.
And then whatever that number is whatever your herbalism kit bonus will be. Oh, because that says evil herbalism kit. Yeah. Okay, hold on. I don't know if you have done this yet, Query.
Yeah, I did it on the regular one up there. They both had question marks. I had them in way back in one of the updates they broke or whatever, but
I guess so. Yeah. All right, so it's an extra +1 if you want to try that. Okay. It's the same. You got 3 10s in a row. What the hell? What is going on? Okay. So you did okay though. Thankfully you're watching her do this, so it's a little bit easier. But you do watch her kind of carefully pluck them from the stem. And then as she's explaining this, she's like, well, you can actually put the whole thing if you want, but it might be a little too bitter. Most of the important stuff is going to be in the petals anyway. So just, this is how you do it. And she kind of like runs through it.
He's going to ponder it real quick. Does he think Unicorn Lady would care about the bitter, or is like just like get the shit done and drink it, let's go, or is it more like we're gonna have a nice relaxing tea time and then we're gonna go hunt?
It's hard to say. I would say like Ryland. I mean, one of the things that like even you said out of character, knowing this, something about her is she never quite gives you a very clear direction. Because even though you have a very friendly relationship with each other, there is a sort of like earn your gifts mentality that she has. So sometimes she'll give you something and be like, figure it out, you know, and like you kind of got that from it more than like, here's this is what you should be doing. Which unfortunately means that you're not sure what that means. But
I feel like he's gonna be like, let's try the crude, let's try it all just to see how that, and we can always clean it up later. Like I can work on refining it.
Sure.
Let's do
Sometimes they use these in blossoming teas where you put the whole, it's like a bud, it's already, you know, closed, and then in the tea it actually blossoms. But this one's already blossomed, but we don't have to worry about that. Anyway, we'll put it in the tea and we'll see how it works. And we'll steep it. The important thing is you don't want to break the leaves, okay? So don't crack them, don't bend them, mush them, cut them, nothing. Just keep them regular, throw them in the water. And she kind of runs through the...
Looks at him sitting on his armor, like, ooh, this is gonna be hard.
But she starts kind of steeping the tea in the background. And you're starting to watch as it turns a very, very, very faint greenish hue, like very, very light. Despite the petals themselves being sort of whitish, there is a bit of color coming out in them. Okay, that's good. You know, for something like this, I don't think the water should be too hot, so don't burn it. Okay, so there is a chance you can ruin this if you have the water too hot. And obviously if it's too cold, then it won't steep well enough. So I think this is and she kind of like goes through the very specific temperatures you need for it. And then after about a minute or so of steeping, she kind of pulls it free of the tiny glass pot that she's kind of prepared for you, the kettle. Well, I think we have kind of small, but she kind of arranges what almost looks like shot glasses in front of each of you. Normally tea is not quite had in like big. This is small. So you all can have a sip if you want, see how it tastes. She starts kind of diligently pouring each one of you basically a shot glass worth of tea. It's real small. And like for anybody who knows like traditional tea practices, like this is a normal teacup. It's very much kind of like a like European or even American thing to be like, here's my big old honking teacup. So I am also part of the big old honking teacup crew. So but this is very much like a very small, like we are here to savor the flavors and be respectful. Yeah, there's no handle, by the way. It's literally like a shot glass. Fancy Flandy in the house, baby. But everybody, assuming everybody takes a sip, I will need everybody to give me a D4 roll, please.
I was hoping you weren't going to say Constitution saving throw, and I'm very
Everyone
happy
needs
that
Constitution
didn't happen.
saving throw as you get poisoned.
Poison.
That girl
Oh,
is
no.
poison.
Oh,
You don't trust a big button to smile? Oh, I need to do two because we have Kemen and Garai here.
Ooh. Flanny coming for my crown, but it ain't happening today, son. Get out of here.
GM rolled for... Okay,
I've
so
rolled
2
more nat
1s
ones than you
3.
today. Get out of here.
You rolled more times.
I need a D4 from you. Because you're having some tea. Can I have a volunteer for someone to roll for near to 2?
I mean, you want me to roll a round for her, I got you, but it's I think someone with a little more talent should.
All right, I got it.
My God.
You got it? Okay.
Yep, I'm gonna do it as stick because I don't have inertia.
I've never seen a D4 I couldn't roll the 1 on.
No, don't worry, your boy got you. He got a natural 1 for you anyway. I mean, it's a D4, so you know, chances are much higher. Okay, so for those of you who have rolled a 1, which is exactly the team you would expect it to be, which is Ryland, Valen, and Nirja, unfortunately, all rolled a 1. There's something about your senses that seem a bit more attuned at the moment. You're a little more aware, not necessarily of your active surroundings, but perhaps sort of reading the room or reading what has happened in front of you. So for the next 4 hours, you all get advantage on any survival checks you make for tracking. So that's for Valen, Ryland, and Nirja. I'm gonna have to someone write that in chat for Nirja so I remember, because I might forget. Who rolled 2s? Only Dubs. It's genuinely only Dubs.
This is narcotic. Oh no!
I was just making sure. Okay. While
Wait,
they're
hold on. Can
sipping
Roosty
this,
have gotten some too?
no.
Why not? She would have drank some.
She only poured cups for the humanoids. I would say she's not gonna like your dog has tea, right?
How does your dog take his tea?
Right. How does your dog take her tea? And we have to
With
be
her
careful she doesn't
tongue.
burn her tongue. Yes. No tea for the dog. But for those of you who rolled a 2, which is literally only Codrono, you also feel a little more aware of your surroundings. There's something a little more keen about your senses. Also, for the next 4 hours, your passive perception goes up by 5.
Oh shit!
For this number 3, which is literally only Irene, you guys like rolled. Okay, that's fine. Irene has rolled the only number 3 by 5. Yes, your passive perception. So I don't actually. That went to a pretty good person, huh? Because what's your passive perception right now? No, it's not a Jillian.
Are you talking
15.
about?
All right, so yeah, Codrono's passive perception goes from 15 to 20 for the next 4 hours. Oh my goodness. All right, so Irene, who is the only one who rolled a 3. Everyone else kind of seems to be looking around the surroundings a little bit more, like after the tea has taken effect, as if, sort of things are opening up in their mind and they're getting a little more clarity about what's going on. You find yourself just kind of drawn towards Treebender and Rusi. Kind of like, hey guys, what's going on? How's it going? You guys good? What's happening? You, for the next 4 hours, have advantage on your animal handling checks.
Oh, nice.
So you're a little more in tune with animals specifically for the next 4 hours.
She's gonna tilt her head and then just kind of move over to them, just start scratching them, talking to them, like lifting paws and like checking stuff.
And I feel like as you're doing it, you're starting to realize like there are some parts you could scritch on Treebender that are like you were in good spots, but you're finding like the perfect spots now. You're like, I get it. I was a little too high on your chin last time. I gotta go a little lower. So like, it's like making sense to you now. You just feel more in sync with him and Rusi as well. So I rolled twice for the other 2, but I was a dingus and I rolled to GM. I will screenshot the rolls so you know I'm not being crazy. But the 2 of them rolled 4s because of course they did. So hold on, I'm just gonna drag it into that. So as everybody else is kind of going through that and feeling like a clarity in the air, the 2 of them almost at the same time, not facing anybody, but kind of unsheath their weapons and like almost testing the weight, kind of hold it back and forth and eventually put them back. But Kevin is just, we should fight. I think we're ready to go. Yeah.
Excellent.
How you feeling? You feeling good? That was some cool tea. That was like battle tea. Can we have some tea? Can we have some more tea? Can we make more tea?
Did you say battle tea?
I think it's battle tea. I'm ready to fight. You don't feel this? You don't feel this. I feel ready to
what was in that tea again?
We should fight.
Who?
Did you drug my brother?
To be fair, I drugged us all.
As that's happening, Garai next to you is just, I also feel perhaps, I don't know, I'm in my better form right now. not sure what he said, but you said something about him being ready. So I think I might be a little more accurate in combat.
Would you say
Admittedly, that's not a
a
bad
plus
thing.
something to your hits for 4 hours?
I don't know what you're talking about with this meta information. I'm just a man. I don't know what you're saying.
If you had to put it on a scale, would you say a +1 or a +3? You know, somewhere in that range.
Because nobody on the team actually got it, so like for meta purposes, I can't even say. No, it's fine. For the next 4 hours, they get a +1 for any attack rolls they make.
Oh shit!
Yeah, that's pretty good.
It took us this long for Rathan to make this damn team.
Ron, would you stop fucking around, man? We got shit to do. We need this tea. You out here pumping cocaine in people's veins? It's ridiculous.
Meta information for real. So after that happens, you see her looking over each of you. Okay, so it looked like it did something, which is good. Hope it helps.
We're having
I think it
a
will.
great day.
It's a blessing from you, from my leaky.
That sounds
She
about
gave me
right.
these leaves,
Well, good. Oh no.
or petals, flowers, or
Hold on,
whatever.
sorry.
Oh no! Oh
Oh, what happened?
Got those
Ah,
on the
sh-
loose.
I was just putting more drama in there.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Don't do that. Don't do that. I think he did. He's in the other room though. Oh, he's going again. He's going again. Talk to him. Hold on. Sorry. Pardon me.
Fun fact, did you guys know that Nubs is a master strategist? When I was playing this really good board game that Nubs got, I was asking for his help, and he was quite helpful and thoughtful in his
That's
suggestions.
good. Yeah,
Yeah, it's good stuff.
that's great.
He picked it up pretty quick.
Yeah. sorry. He did indeed. Okay. So you guys got tea. Is there anything else you wanted to check out at the Roots and Dose?
Did I owe her anything for this? Was this all like free
Oh,
will,
yes.
or like
That's true. No.
obviously would have like given like he would have been like, how many? Piggy, just give this lady money. She's very nice.
How many monies do you need? She for the actual things she's giving you weren't wildly expensive. The salve and like the powder and like the actual healing things would be a little more pricey, but for the whole visit, it probably cost you about like 4 gold altogether.
One second.
No problem.
He's gonna give 7 gold.
He's gonna give her 7 gold.
Yep.
She's like, oh god. Okay. That's very kind of you. You know this is more than what I need, right?
I mean, that knowledge was a lot of it. It took you a long time to learn that stuff, and you taught me, and I appreciate it. And I'm trying to remember what my number. That was the number I need to put down on my thingy. Nope,
Okay.
I put a 7 instead of 6.
So you don't understand how economies work, but you understand how like a service industry is valued.
Well, yeah, like we trade goods and knowledge and services, and she gave me a service, and
Okay,
this stuff is valued to you guys, so it's I give more, right?
no, that makes sense.
I
I'm trying to
The
understand.
D10 was to see how much more he was gonna give.
Your level of
Oh,
understanding.
it's like, oh, that's an extra 3 on top of it. There you go. Okay, so if that's all you need, thank you for the tip. This was very nice of you, and we'll come up with more things maybe. And I hope you have good luck with your testings of the other ingredients too.
I hope so too. I think I have good feelings. He's just kind of beaming right now, like.
Good. Anyway, Komethi, thanks for coming. And she kind of like sends you off. Oh, a very tired Irene responds. And the last trip was to Mukami's. Is that correct?
Yes. To get a mundane item /
Okay.
Correct.
Yes.
Okay. Again, the good news is, the good news is, we don't have to slowly go through it. But in terms of getting a mundane item on, it was for Treebender, wasn't it? Or
No, it's for Kemen.
Kemen.
For
I'm
his
sorry. Their intelligence is almost the same. So
Jesus.
Look, I'm above
Ouch.
them. Hold on. I have to double check. I feel like it is pretty similar.
Get out of here.
Kemen's
Is that with or
natural
without
intelligence.
Valen?
Without Valen, Kemen's intelligence is 8 and Treebender's is 6. So it's really not that far away.
You did my brother
That's
wrong.
why I was like, it's not that bad.
You did him so wrong.
Oh my god. Kemen,
That's one of those, like,
terrible.
which way is the compliment going? Are you calling Treebender really smart? Or are you calling Kemen dumb?
Treebender is unusually smart too. Like, not unusually, but like, he's
He's
very
unusually smart for
an owlbear. Anyway, so you
For a
make
bear
it
owl?
to for bear owl, owlbear. I love how often we used to say like owlbender or like tree owl or something. We could always like mix treebender and owlbear together. We're like, I can't say his name anymore. I don't remember how to say it. But you guys make it to Mukami's, the general goods store, and she has plenty of things for you to choose from. But in terms of a mundane thing that Kevin wouldn't mind, what's up?
We have to roleplay. This is the first time she's seeing her work in action.
her armor, essentially.
Yeah.
I hear you. No, it's no problem. So
Right.
you guys, you make your way across the city and thankfully make it to Mukami's, who also seems a little busy at the moment. There's about 2 or 3 other shoppers in there at the moment, but they seem to be perusing and not necessarily speaking to her directly. So when you walk in, she's, oh, hey guys, welcome back. I've heard you have been all over the place. It's good to hear and see. As you're saying that, Treebender kind of walks his way in, but kind of like carefully as he's adjusting to the sort of like antlers. But thankfully, they were sort of made in a way that go back with him, as opposed to like stretching outward, making him even wider than he already is. But he kind of steps into the room, and you watch her just like her eyes kind of light up, and her whole stature stands up, almost proud and also like almost astonished at the same time. But oh my god, it fits him perfectly. Does he like it? Do you like it? Do you like it, boy? How you doing? Like, Treebender kind of looks up at her, like with the helmet still on, he does look pretty like intimidating. But as he kind of addresses her, you see him just kind of like softly acknowledge her and reach into her hand. But she very, very happily smiles and, oh my god, it looks so great. Is it comfortable? And she kind of like starts moving the helmet around a little bit just to like see if it'll like fall off. And he watches Treebender's head just starts like shaking. He's like, okay. But he doesn't seem offended by it at all. And she kind of tests the fitting around his ankles and around his claws. And oh my god, I think I have outdone myself. This looks amazing. And he seems to be okay with it. You seem comfortable. All right. If there's anything that chafes or something that bothers your feathers, tell them so they can tell me, and then I can fix it. Okay? It looks good. What do you guys think? Do you like it?
Looks incredible. This is very, very, very impressed. Thoroughly impressed.
Hey, I appreciate it. But I hope that you didn't think, too lowly of what I could create. I'm very excited to see this in action, and it'll help him not get hit as much, which is good too, of course. And he can still say limber. And I imagine you sent this to Kudugu's, right?
Indeed.
For enchantment.
Yes.
Even better. Oh, this is so exciting.
It
I
really
haven't seen
is.
one of my works being used in a little while, and this is nice. Also,
Cool.
there's not a lot of owl bears that I get to, design for other than my own. Like, as she says, like, my own, she kind of motions towards Waku, and you see those just, like, giant yellow bug eyes in the corner as that strange-looking owl bear is staring back at you guys. But she's just hanging out for now. Okay, so I thank you for bringing him back, because this is awesome. I also have some other ideas I think I told you about. So if you ever want some other, maybe more flexible or maybe not flexible, maybe you want more armor based, something that can block anything. He might not be able to move very much. Anyway, what brings you here?
My brother, we're trying to fashion him a crown kind of similar to mine, where he can, or not a crown. I don't know why I said crown. I apologize. An item that we want enchanted that lets him speak our tongue because I
Oh,
mean, as much as I don't
okay.
mind translating for him, I think he'd get a lot more substance and be able to participate and understand a bit more if he could understand.
Oh,
Ryland's
absolutely.
gonna like say something to him to try and get him to go okay. Like at this point,
Okay, what are you gonna say?
you should be like, "How you doing, buddy? Everything good? You understand what I'm saying?"
Okay. You can that he got the first half, which was just like, "Hi, buddy, how's it going?" And he's like, "Yeah." And then the second half, just, okay. To which you see her kind of looking back. Oh, so something for him. Oh, so so you're gonna get it. You're just gonna go back to Kurugu?
You know more about tree bender. Would it ever be possible for us to get something for him as well?
To speak to you?
Along the same vein, yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I've tried a few things with Waku, but it doesn't seem to work. But I don't know if that's just her, because she looks at her. She's special, you know. But I don't. Maybe it'll work for Waku or Tree Bender. Excuse me. But she seems a little bit better at physically communicating, and I imagine he's similar. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure. You can try. If it works, let me know. Maybe we can try with Waku again.
Okay, sounds good.
Great. So, an item. What kind of item? What are you looking for? Do you want like jewelry? Does he want like a shirt or something that he can wear? Like, do you have any ideas?
Kevin, you have any ideas on what you want?
Well, something that I could probably wear all the time, right? Like over or under armor, and
Oh my god.
I mean that's kind of as far as my thinking has gone.
Okay.
And something that's not annoying.
You got to tell me. I don't know what annoys you.
I mean, something like if you're trying to, I don't know, if you stick your hands in something, you don't want something getting stuck on your wrist, or like a bracelet to snap off or something, or get stuck by it. I don't know, just I don't know. That's what I was saying. I think socks, right? Socks are helpful. They never get in the way. You never like, dang these socks. But what? I don't know. You tell me. You're the magic man. You can't hear anything he's saying. You just hear him like, okay. You just see him vaguely gesturing about.
This is Flanny injecting because Flanny wants to know how he feels about wet socks.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Doesn't like wet socks.
All right. So socks. You for some reason you're infatuated with socks. Well,
no, I mean it doesn't have to be. I'm just saying that's the only
what
thing
about like a light crown or something? Because you don't really wear helmets, do you?
No. Yeah, I guess a crown or something like that. That's fine.
Could work. Maybe like for Foozca's sake, like the Conan crown where they like put it over their hair.
Oh God.
I mean, it could be a bandana or like some kind of headband, maybe.
Okay, yeah, a bandana, headband, sure.
Ryland's feeding off of Valen's half. He's like, you can do like one of those like arm bracelet things. It's like all the way up here.
Oh, like an armband? Sure.
Yeah.
That's fine too. Sure. Yeah, that's fine. Head or arm, maybe. What if I flex and it falls off though?
When it's enchanted, it'll be made far more durable.
Oh, okay. Will it hurt if I flex and it just squeezes the?
It should. I mean, and now we can also can get a ring.
No, I don't want a ring.
You don't want a ring. Neither do I. So.
Rose.
All right, so no jewelry. So like an armband or a headband.
Ease of language understanding. Sorry. You guys are killing me. Headband or a. I mean, I feel like if anything's on my head, it'll fall off, right? Because I'm moving around a lot. Like you look, you move around too, but you just cast some spells and you don't have to do too much stuff. Headband or headband? I guess headband works.
A headband or socks, I guess. Why don't we try? Why don't we get both, and we'll see what Kurugu says.
Okay. Sure.
All right. Okami, do you have any socks. That sounds weird, but you're a very creative person. Maybe you have some designer socks that you made. That'd be awesome.
No,
And
I
any
mean-
kind of like headband would work great too.
He's okay. Yeah, of course. I have plenty of headbands. The socks that I do have actually are specially woven socks that are resistant to sweat, so you don't get any swamp feet in case you are sweating. I don't know. So this is a special blend of some fibers that I've worked between some cactus, and actually I have a little bit of chitin mixed in there too, so you get a little bit of support there. Anyway, okay, so Adidas. I have with socks and the headband, it's no problem. The socks are my special creation, so they're a little more expensive at 4 silver, and the headband's 1 silver.
Okay. Said 4 silver and 1 silver. He gives her 5 gold.
Oh, that is hilariously. I mean, did you heard silver, right? Not gold.
I did. Bakami, I greatly appreciate everything you do, and that's showing my appreciation for you.
Oh, okay.
Look how cool Treebender looks.
He looks great. I'm so happy for him.
Azuri, please take this.
Thank you. I promise I will put it to good use.
Thank you. And yeah, it just needs to go to Kurugu at some point whenever you're done, and
Sure.
we'll go from there. Thank you.
I think we're bound to have lunch together. I think so. We'll see you then.
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for coming.
I was really concerned your special socks would have like room for 6 toes instead of 5.
Wait, what?
There's no socks. It's just a big or no toes. Hold on. Nubs is trying to fit his whole body under the couch right now. Thank you. Okay. It's not a lot of space. That is a seed. It's like an inch and a half. And I just see his ass sticking out. What are you doing? What are you doing?
He's doing the best he can.
He's trying to get those Twitch tips.
He's trying so hard. I don't know. He squished his like whole body under there. Anyway, so you guys, will you say that? I guess. Well, no, she's gonna send it to him. Never mind, or to her. So she's not giving it to any of you guys. She's sending the headband and socks over for enchantment to put tongues on them. We might actually have the socks of tongues.
That's what we're looking for.
Oh my god. Are you stuck now? Hold on, he's fine. Okay, he's fine.
Oh,
okay,
that's
good.
why they're moisture wicking. It's the tongues.
Anyway, you guys leave the general goods store, and Flandy is banned for letting. No, I'm just kidding. I love you, Flandy. God damn, that was terrible. And I hate it. I hate it so much. All right. Is there any other stop you guys are going to be making in the town, and even the bazaar, or anything you want to purchase?
Yeah, I think from here, pending anything that Nerja would have needed, trying to go back to that questionable spot that we did a wonderful job at memorizing, and 3 of us have advantage on survival checks now, so this worked out very well.
Yes,
it did. It did indeed. What are you doing?
So they don't want Nerja to miss too much more.
Yeah.
Hi.
Oh, hey, buddy.
It's so blurry. Can you focus
Hey,
on my
buddy.
kitty?
Hello.
I'm sorry. You can go ahead.
Bye,
Don't
buddy.
be crazy. Don't be crazy, please.
More power shopping. Yeah. Poor Flandy is like, I want to fight, but I want to like know the fight's coming. I don't want to be just chilling and having some hostages taken and me fight.
Listen,
Just let me fight to fight.
We don't want the fight to come to us. We want to go to the fight.
Correct. Oh,
We want to
God,
make the fight. We want to be the fight.
Yes. We're instigating the fight this time. I'm tired of being the victims.
Yeah, for sure.
Step out. Who wants to fight? On my terms.
Let's go.
Right, meow.
Oh, God.
Ding, ding, ding.
Wait, hold on. What is that? What are you looking at? Pardon me. He just pulled something up. Oh, what the fuck?
So
Okay.
Foos.
Yes.
We did a lot of work today. There was a lot of shopping. There was a lot of
There was.
walking around.
There was.
Surely that pushed us over into level 18 territory.
You are
it
very
was a lot of shopping.
18.
Did he say 18?
He said
Yeah,
level
she
18.
said 18. You
Yeah,
heard her.
that
18.
guy kill we got
All right.
last session was worth a lot. Remember?
Mhm.
It was. It was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all
It
are
was-
very close. You're very close.
It
I'm
was-
telling you.
We're very
You're
close to
almost there.
18, guys. You heard it.
You're very
today.
close to
Hell yes.
18. Yup.
18.
Yes,
Woo!
you are
Let's
almost
go.
there.
18.
No. This is great, guys, because we earned this. We've been in it.
We did.
So it went.
We deserve
have
it.
earned this. Anyway, this is probably a good place to stop. As now we are kind of rounding down a little bit. So I'm gonna take the time to kind of we have to vote. So you guys need to tell me who you would like, and we're gonna push Nirja's inspiration back to next week.
Yeah.
So we're good this way.
You turn 18, you'll finally be able to use succulents. Yes.
Holy shit! Oh my god!
Ryland, you've been too
God,
dumb until
don't
now.
tell anybody you're using this yet.
Yo. Oh my goodness. Okay.
That was
So
amazing.
go ahead and give me your votes. In the meantime, I'm going to do what I should have been doing this whole time by accident and finding if we can raid somebody. Mark, I want you to know that I did get a vote for you for inspiration. So if ever you play with us, you'll start off with inspiration, as according to the votes. Oh my gosh. What are you going for, buddy? I'm looking for rating things. As per usual, we're looking for people with lower views, so we can give them some views. Taking a look. Okay. Let's see. Okay, I got 2 votes from Red Gem as Kenneth. Oh gosh. This is why we don't have nice things. Get out of here. Oh god. Uh, 2 hours. Oh, they're both at like 2 hours. Okay, well, we'll go with that. Oh, okay. Well, all right. We'll go with. Okay. Well, I'll go get them soon. What are you?
Lower people, where are you? Oh no.
What'd you say?
I was reading Mark's habit.
Oh. Gotcha.
Gotcha.
Oh, he's going after the fish oils I dropped. Bubba. There's no one.
Call him Boba Tea again, man. Foos, what's wrong with you?
His name is not Boba. It's Bubba.
You keep calling
Not
him
Bubba.
Tea.
Anyway,
Messed up.
or people, where are you? Oh no. Yeah, I think it was a quiet night for most people today, but we're gonna go raid Pixel Kitsune. Partially because they have a fairy barbarian, and I feel like I'm in. So that sounds fantastic.
Barbarian.
A fairy barbarian, and I was like, I love that. I love that so much.
All right.
Okay, so I'm getting votes in. All right, so we're gonna keep Nirja on the board because of, as previously mentioned, Valen, you are back on this bitch.
Oh no! Don't give it to me. Haven't rolled
And
yet.
as Kodrono is back on this bitch. So Kodrono and Valen and Nirja, next session you will all be the proud owners of some inspiration. And in the meantime, we're gonna go raid Pixel Kitsune. So as per usual, thanks for hanging out. We should be back next week, I'm pretty sure. Regular stuff. If not, we might get some more Kill Team. We might get a cheese episode. We might be doing some stuff. But yeah, we'll be back. And we'll be back. And we love you.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
And join us for this raid that I always forget takes a few seconds. So we're gonna say goodbye, and then I'm gonna go to the ending screen, and then we're gonna
Don't
raid.
forget, we're gonna be 18 next session. Woo!
We're professionals. Goodbye.
18.